I just kind of reminded myself of Elf then. I did. Santa! I know him! I know him! I'm so excited! Happy Christmas, everybody. Lovely to have your company. My name's Elle and you're watching Jewellery Maker, of course. Do stay with us. We've got to have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of fun, and it always is the case when I'm joined by this fabulous lady, the flame-haired temptress. That is our one and only Fleur. How are you, darling?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, it's always a joy.
It's always a laugh.
It is always a laugh, and I'll try not to cry today.
Yeah, please, because my crying face is not a good face.
No, nor mine either, but I
Yeah.
seem to be doing that a whole lot lately.
Yeah.
End up crying with laughter, by the way, so no need to worry, but I end up crying with laughter and fits, especially with Fleur. Honestly, the two of us together is a combination that's, well, troublesome, shall we say.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear from you. Come on, send some text messages in to us. Let us know what you're up to. Have you got any Christmas wishes that you'd like to share? Or any recipe ideas? Yes, because I've got to do a lot of cooking tomorrow. A lot of cooking. Do you know what? Do you know, Martha, I really like cooking. I have to say, don't like the clean that bit now. I'm not bad. I'm not a bad chef. I can't bake for toffee. See, but Tom is really good at that. My other half is really good at that. But we do complement each other well. So together, we're just going to get ginormous. Just going to get... What's my stuffing technique? Oh, okay, well, it's got to be crusty bread, hasn't it? And you leave it out so it goes all stale, basically. Blend it, mix it up. Sage and onion, yeah. Quite partial to a bit of sage and onion. Stick to, and a bit of garlic in there as well. I do like some whole garlic cloves. What do you stuff your turkey with, Fleur?
Whatever's in the box that I buy from the supermarket. It's a brand name, so I can't say it, but everybody has.
I love that.
And everything in my Christmas... My favourite auntie, who's in everybody's supermarket, she does all the roast potatoes and the puddings. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I have... My Christmas is sponsored by that famous auntie.
Well, do you know, roast potatoes are the easiest things in the world.
Yeah, but
Easiest
with
things in
3
the world.
children running around, I just don't have time.
Goose fat. Sticking in a load of goose fat. Mm.
Oh, it says on the bag that they've got that in it, so I'm
Oh, there we are then. There we are then. Your first kit is amazing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
We might have slightly ripped off certain designer brands with one piece.
Yeah.
Not literally ripped off, we haven't. We've just been inspired by.
Inspired and ripped off.
In one design, and the rest is, of course, chainmail extraordinaire, fabulous pieces. That's coming up, so we've got lots to bring you. Do send us some messages, though, because we're all feeling fabulously festive. I've had a mince pie already, and I'm not even sorry. I'm not even sorry. Claire, should I be sorry? Okay, good. That's all right then. It's Christmas Eve. You can do whatever you want, can't you? Let's get the show underway, shall we? Your early bird, beautiful, glistening, buttery gold. Now, they are huge, sizable, what we call a bolt ring, which is the circular clasp that you can actually purchase. Very seldom seen now here at Jewellery Maker, especially in this size. I mean, there's 10 pieces, and I'm going to guess, and I am literally guessing at the moment without giving it a measurement. Are they about 10 millimetres in diameter? There we go, 9 mil. Sorry, am I being blind? Yeah, 9 millimetre. Yes, 9 millimetre in their actual diameter. So big, sizable jump rings, which I do think, not jump rings, what am I talking about? Bolt rings. I do think is really, really important for those that have, well, it is important for those that have dexterity issues, those that, like myself, have got quite long fingernails and really struggle to get hold of that the actual catch. It's fairly obvious. The bigger the actual bolt ring is, the easier they are actually going to attach together. The mechanism is sprung, is actually a spring load, so it will always go back. You know, sometimes when you actually have actually got a bolt ring and it's not sprung load, so then it leaves a gap at the front, so then of course you're destined to possibly lose the necklace piece that you've actually made, and you wouldn't want that, heaven forbid. Solid precious metal gold, let's start again. Solid sterling silver with your gold overlay. There we go. It takes me a while to warm myself up, you know, it's like a car in the morning, you know. It is early. Yeah, I take a while to get my sort of vocals all warmed up and things. You wouldn't have thought that I've been up for a few hours already. Let's show you that. Yeah, so just literally imagine it would be a lot easier to hold than what I'm doing right now, because obviously you'll have a chain or something attached to that. But look how easy it is to just get your fingernail underneath the actual hook itself. There's plenty of surface area. It's fairly obvious. I'm not going to tell you how to use a bolt ring, because I think it's fairly obvious, but they will certainly be very, very much desired here. Oh, look. Love that. I developed halos then for a second. I had halos. Should we bring it to you early bird, Christmas Eve price? There's only 100 opportunities available. Of course, with your 925 stamp, wow, $5.95, that is a real Christmas treat price point. Yes, you can all multi-buy if you're thinking that. Am I restricted? Am I restricted to the amount that I can buy? Absolutely not. Happy Christmas from us to you. If you want to buy 10 of these, you absolutely can. Fleur, I mean, how often do you see the big jump rings? Or jump rings? What am I talking about jump rings? Bolt rings?
Hardly ever see them. And they're really nice for chainmail as well, because they're circular.
Yeah.
It makes like a seamless finish to your
makes
piece
sense
as well. So it looks like another jump ring
that
you can attach, you know, the end of your clasp to.
That's attention to detail, isn't it? And something which might not be obvious to everybody, especially if you're starting in chainmail. You might not straight away think, oh yeah, well if I continue with my bolt ring being round as well, but actually, yeah, it blends in, doesn't it? So the actual clasp itself is hidden.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I bet you're thinking right now, I wish I was sat at home.
Yeah, because I'd be getting 2 or 3 packs of these.
Yeah, at $5.95.
You always need clasps, and it's so maddening when you've made a piece and you don't have a clasp, because it just sits in that box or in that drawer or on the side of that beading tray, and it doesn't, for weeks sometimes. Yeah. And you keep forgetting to buy your clasps. So I always have
really frustrating, isn't it? Really frustrating. It is definitely an opportunity where I would suggest you get it as soon as you possibly can. It is 925 stamped. If I just literally turn this round, is it on that side? Where is it? I've already seen it once. Where's the actual clasp? The actual stamp? You can see how buttery it is, though, can't you? See, beautifully, beautifully shiny. I've already seen it once. It is on there. It is on there. Plenty to go around here. 100 opportunities. Good morning, Nicolette, Angela. Hello to you, Leicestershire. Andrina, Helen, Joyce, Kay, Lindsay, Linda, Nottinghamshire, Cheshire. Amelia's with me. Hello to you. Patricia, Julie, Michelle, and Sandra. Happy Christmas, everybody. Send some Christmas messages in to us here. Well, not necessarily to us. Have you got messages that you'd like to send out to anybody that you're not able to get in touch with this Christmas? We've had one from Christine in Yorkshire, wishing you all the best Christmas ever in the world. Love Christine in Leeds. Happy Christmas to you as well, Christine, and wishing you a fabulous one also. Deb and Val, hello to you. Have a fab Christmas, Fleur and Elle. Thank you for keeping us all sane through the year. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. If we're keeping you sane, that's a bit of a worry, I would say there, Deb. Hello to you, Vivian in Hampshire. I bought some most beautiful beads yesterday. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. You're most welcome. You lovely, lovely, lovely lot. Keep them coming in. We'd like this today to be a very interactive show. What we were talking about, Christmas blunders. What's happened at Christmas that's been a bit of a fail, but quite a funny one? Are you going to have a think about that? Have you had any Christmas blunders, Martha? Wes? Have a think about that one. Have you had any Christmas blunders?
Only what we were talking about before. When I got a little bit tipsy and forgot half the food in the oven.
Fleur's had one. Fleur's had one.
Yeah.
You need to share it.
A couple of years ago, got a little bit tipsy whilst baking Christmas dinner and forgot half the food. I've got 2 ovens, and half the food was in one oven and half was in the other, and I forgot the food in the other oven until the next day, and then realised that the plates must have been quite empty, as most of it was in the other oven.
So everybody's too polite to say.
Nobody mentioned it.
There's no Auntie Bessie. Auntie Maud, whatever. Those potatoes on this plate. Well done. That's hilarious. My mum's done something similar, as you know. Now, moving on. Love these. Very useful. Jewellery making is not just about beautiful gemstones. Well, obviously that's what drives our interest, but also you need the functions. You do need the functional. tools, I suppose, and these, without shadow of a doubt, are exactly that. Not only that, I think they're great alternatives to a stress ball. I find these really, really, if these were on a desk or something like that, I would be playing with these non-stop. Now, they are your bead stoppers. You get, in total, 12 in a pack. You've got your little squidgy sort of wings here. Little squidgy wings. And then, here we go, let me just show you with, grab a strand from Fleur's kit. If I can, there we go. So when you're halfway through, there we go, halfway through your projects and you've got you know, the phone rings, or you fancy a cup of tea, or I don't know, the little ones need a bit of attention, or the puppy's gone and done something on the floor, you know. Welcome to my world. Then you need to put your work down and come back, but you don't want the gemstones or any design features to be moving around, especially if you've actually glued them, because this is a way of actually securing them in place. You attach your bead stoppers like this, so it literally attaches to the beading thread, the monofilament, elastic, whatever it is, the wire, either or, and you can pop it down and then come back to it. Great way also of creating that suspended floated gemstones, where you just use a little bit of your hypo cement glue, which is coming up a little bit later on. So these are your bead stoppers. So they literally are kind of like winged, and then you pull them off like so, and obviously they clip back on like so. You're getting 12 in total. I mean, Fleur, other than beading, there's so many uses that you can use these for.
I've just set up my demo for that famous bracelet that we're going to inspire, that was being inspired by a design, and I've used one on the end of my elastic.
There we go. So what you're about to do on that is literally thread on loads of jump rings, and you need that little bit of space at the end.
Yeah. So, and I don't want them all to fall off the end, so
no.
I've already set mine up, and you can leave it like that as well, so you know it will stay like that, and it will hold on monofilament as well.
Yeah, there we go.
They're
let's bring that price tag in. So once you've got these, honestly, they're invaluable. You realise, gosh, how have I ever managed without them? They are invaluable. £6.95 only, and they're very, very tactile. I love.
They are. Before we used to have to tie knots in things, and then if you pick it up at the wrong end, they all fall off. Like say, you can just, while you're thinking
all you do
of a
is
design,
pinch them together, isn't it?
Squidge them,
And they're very soft as well. If you're thinking, oh, I'd probably struggle with that movement. I'm saying that because I know my mum would probably be thinking it as well, because she does actually have arthritis in her thumb and index finger. They're very soft, so I can say that with confidence that you won't, you shouldn't have any issues here with these, because they are soft, and once they're attached, they're not going anywhere, and they're invaluable. I know that lots of jewellery makers are already working with these, and then are thinking, you know what, I need some more, because maybe you might have multiple different I don't know, designs underway. You might have multiple pieces being commissioned at any one time, so then you don't want to be restricted to 12, do you?
No, definitely not. And also as well, if you're selling your jewellery and you don't want to put a clasp on there because you don't know what kind of clasp somebody wants, you could hide this at the back of your necklace bust and have it there, and then when people say, I would like a gold bolt clasp on there, you can just quickly put that clasp on at your craft fair or
that's
your
a really good point, and that's also made me think about when you're displaying items, because it's an issue I used to have in the jewellers. You know, sometimes when you've got a neckline piece and it's that little bit too long for the bust, and you need something to hoik it up. Well, in the studios back, you know, previously that I worked at, we used to use a bit of sellotape, and of course that doesn't work, and you don't really want it to be on your golds or your sterling silver. So you could literally pinch it together, use these, and then it's talk. Great way of displaying as well, so they are multifunctional. Are they gone? Well done. All in baskets, all allocated. Well done, well done, well done. Is it time for our Fleur? We can have an all-night party. I love that. Do you know what, Fleur? I reckon we would have an amazing all-night party.
We would. All-night Elle day.
Yeah,
and
I
then
reckon.
Probably going into that again.
It would, and the following day. Martha was saying, I think I'd only last till 2.
In the afternoon, the next day.
What, the next day?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, oh, we need to educate Martha, clearly. Right, you've got 600 jump rings in this kit, 7mm and 9mm, 300 of each. I mean, you've got jump ring heavy pieces that you've made here. Fabulous kit. It is going to fly. I know that this is a massive price reduction for you as well coming today. So if you are a lover of chainmail, or you're thinking about replenishing your stash, or you want to start in chainmail, now's the time to do it, because Martha has given me a little bit of a sneaky indication of just how affordable this is going to be.
I think you get 2 lots of each jump ring.
You get what?
You get 2 lots of 300 in each size. You get 600 in each size.
600 of each?
That's what I got. I got 2 separate bags of each
Wait,
size.
so you get double that pile? Fleur, you're absolutely right. So you're getting 600, so 1,200 jump rings.
Yeah.
It's a good job you're here, Fleur. Not only for your designs, but also for the fact for pulling me up on things like that. Wow, that's 1,200 jump rings and only one component of your all-night party. Love it, love it, love it. These are the square jump rings as well, aren't they?
Square profile, yeah.
So these are going to look amazing. Well, you'll see with Fleur's design. It's totally different to the round look.
It gives it a real contemporary look.
It is quite contemporary, quite modern,
yes.
a modern twist behind it, and of course that lovely brushed silver. So 1,200 jump rings in the 2 different sizes, and just to reiterate, those sizes are 7mm and your 9mm, so perfect for all the different weaves, which obviously Fleur will talk you through in a moment during the demonstration. Then we're still not done. We've also got, and I love these, I had them yesterday with our Debbie Bulford, but in the yellow gold, and they absolutely flew. They're adjustable rings. I'm going to shimmy them at the front there for a second. Adjustable rings, so the quality of these, there's a slight graduation in them as well. In the centre, I'd wear them as they are, in the centre, and then they taper on the shoulders, and then they have got those 2 teeth that sort of join together. Size 7, but they can be obviously be adjusted. Let me just show one. Do you know what, actually, I think a size 7 is the average, because I'm not a size 7, I'm a size 5, so they can go right down to a size 5 up to probably a size 10, I'd imagine. Yeah. There we go. I'd say the 7's probably the average, because if I turn that round, there's the adjustment. So very easily adjustable. You just literally sort of pull them apart ever so slightly. Lovely. I like these just as stacker rings. I'd wear them like so.
And if you can wear them mid-knuckle as well, so you can wear them
as midi rings.
Yeah. They look really nice as well.
Love it. You're getting 20 of those as well, and I adore this gemstone trio. Just stunning. I'm very Fleur. Do you know? Did you do your Christmas nails to the gemstones, or the gemstones? Did they inspire you to have those lovely nails?
Yeah, I think they did.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
They are. They're beautiful.
Absolutely stunning rainbow of colour that you get across the surface of all of these. You've got variations of your sizes. Perfect plain rounds. These are your rainbow shell, 6mm, an 8mm and a 10mm. Stunning. I just think they work so incredibly with the square jump rings. Now, for those of you that are wondering, what's shell? Other than the sort of obvious, well, it is exactly that, the obvious. We only ever bring you the genuine gemstones, so this is a genuine gemstone, but it's reconstituted. So basically, a shell pearl is everything that a pearl aspires to be. Perfectly spherical, in big sizes, as you can see here. Wonderful smooth nacre surface, so wonderful orient that you get across the surface of the gemstone. It's reconstituted in a sense that those shells are ground down to a kind of powder and then formed in this perfect spherical round. Many, and I do mean many, actually prefer a shell pearl to a culture pearl because of its uniformity, because it is sheer perfection, I suppose, in its shape. And the fact that you can also get this really intense amounts of colour that you're seeing here. All Night Party is one of my favourite kits that I've seen this year. I'm going to go as far as to say that. I love chainmail, and I love this colour combination. It's kind of like a Tahitian-esque colour. You see greens, you see blues, you'll see pinks in across the surface. It absorbs the colour from the surrounding.
It does. It's very, it's like I say, it's party season. But also as well, I'd wear this in the daytime as well. This gemstone, it's
and in the spring and in the summer.
Yeah. all year round. It's just lovely. So it gives you, like you say, it gives that beautiful iridescence of colour, so you can put any colours with it, because most colours are in this strand. I
totally agree. And I think because from first view, first impression, I suppose, you look at this and think, oh, that's a black gemstone. But it's actually not a black gemstone, is it? It's more of, it's hard to describe.
It's like oil on water, isn't it? When you see oil on water and you get all those beautiful rainbow of colours. But they're really unusual colours are in. It's not a pink, it's a beautiful, like, fuchsia pink and like a peacock green and blue.
If you put this strand, one of these strands around your neckline now, Fleur, you'd see oranges in it. It has the ability to kind of absorb the colours of its surrounding, which is absolutely fascinating. Don't forget, you get all of these components. I mean, how many pieces of jewellery can you create with 1,200 jump rings and all of those 20 adjustable rings at the front, which, to be honest, don't need any additions of gemstones, but of course you can do, and Fleur has done on her designs, which she's going to show you how to do that and talk you through all of the designs that she's created. I love the combination of sizes. I love the combinations of the fact this is the square jump rings, and then we have got that very high shine in the gemstones. We should be £50 and 60 pence. But we did say, and this is what I haven't told you yet, all night party is half price. Half price. 1,200 square jump rings, 20 adjustable rings, 3 beautiful shell pearl strands for £24.95. It is a 50% reduction. Happy Christmas, everybody. Loads and loads and loads of you there. Tons of you getting involved. Have we got many of these, Martha? Oh, we've got a big quantity. That's encouraging. We've got a triple figure quantity, 147. Ooh, I thought you were going to say to me less than 50 then for a moment. No way, Jose, she says. Well, it's going to sell out. Still, you know, I know it's early. I know it's first thing in the morning. But chainmail is one of our most popular mediums for him and for her, by the way. Lots of people get involved, and also the fact that you've got, I think, one of the most classy kits of the year.
It is. It really is, and it goes so far because I've still got a lot left from this one kit. I've not even broke into my second kit that we get to demo with. That's still completely whole, and I've got everything. I could make another 2 necklaces, say.
I love it all.
It's just, I mean, I don't know how much the adjustable ring mounts are, but them in themselves must be a fair few pounds.
Oh gosh, yes.
You know, they are just, they're so versatile because you can use them as stamping blanks as well, so you can straighten them all out.
Oh, that's a good point.
Put little loops on the end and stamp on them.
Like kind of identity bracelets and things like that. Well, I was gifted the bracelet and from that brand shop that we know. Yeah. I was gifted that many years ago, and I know it was a 3-figured bracelet. And the charms are best part of 50 quid plus. Yeah. I mean, I actually, can I go as far as saying? Yeah, I can. I prefer that one.
I like that one because it's just so much more.
There's more
square profile. It's the square profile that makes the difference with these jump rings.
So they almost look, because listen, I wear my charm bracelet from that shop, but I think they're too packed on there.
Yeah, they are.
They're so squeezed on the elastic that they kind of, you know, there's nothing. It goes
rigid.
It goes like, and it distorts and bends. Yeah. This has got movement. How many approximately jump rings have you got on there?
About 200 on that one. So
and
not
it's
even
literally
one
on elastic?
Yes, but it's on double elastic. So when you're doing these kind of bracelets, we talk about that one first, actually. Yeah. When you're doing these kinds of bracelets, because there's a lot of weight involved in these bracelets, because you know, the jump rings aren't, they're not light, they're not heavy. It's not like it's going to weigh your arm down, but there is a bit of weight there, so you need double the elastic. And that's what I've just set up this little...
Using your stoppers as well.
So all you do is you go along and you just close all of your jump rings, and then I've left a loop on the end, and when I get to the end of the bracelet, I'll just cut that little loop, so I've got 2 ends. And then, in effect, you put in 2 pieces of elastic through, because you tie one end to one end and then one end to the other. If one of those elastics fail for any reason, you've still got that elastic there.
So you wouldn't tie them both together?
No, you tie them separately.
Top tip. I would have done that, see.
So if I would have
definitely done that.
So if we just imagine that I've
got all those jump rings on.
Those jump rings
and they are literally just looped on.
Just literally looped on. I would tie, if I just sort it out, there we go. I would tie that end to that end.
Yeah.
So that now is this won't hold because of it, obviously not gotten any jump rings on. There to there.
Yeah.
And then I would tie the next one as well. So they're two separate pieces of elastic that you end up tying, and don't add any of that glue that's really super to elastic because it will rot your elastic. You do need the hypo cement or the E6000. For me, hypo cement's easier because it will it does go solid quite quickly. The E6000 is more of a flexible glue, but for me, I quite like. So these aren't holding because they've got no gemstones
or anything on there.
What you can do as well before you add your elastic onto that bracelet is give it a stretch. Okay, so if I just let that go along and stretch all your elastic. Okay, just give it a nice stretch, and then that takes a little. It's still stretchy, but it takes that little bit of stretch out of it.
Yeah.
So that then when you do go and tie your knot, it doesn't unravel.
Yes. Now, you've mentioned there, I didn't realise that really strong glue does actually rot the elastic. And I've done that in the past, you know. I have done that.
Yeah.
Well, we have got a bundle here which will be perfect for that, of your hypo cement. And you've got both of these here with fabric and the hypo cement, which is perfect for your elastics.
Your monofilaments. And same with monofilament, your glue that's super will rot that as well.
Really?
Yeah, it will snap either side. So these are perfect.
Perfect for your jewellery making needs, and does come with a precision applicator as well. As you can see on the picture at the top, there's that precision applicator, which is also perfect for your half drill gemstones.
Yeah,
so if you want to make half drill gemstone stud earrings, then incredible for that. Hypo cement, I think every single guest designer talks about this rather than any other glue.
It is so brilliant. And if you're using your leathers, I know Gemma had a wonderful show with leathers, and she was gluing just the very top end. Perfect for that as well. If you didn't get the glue that was on the show, this fabric glue will hold all of your leathers. It will hold the fabrics that we were doing. So if you want to make yourself zhuzh up your clutch bag, you could.
A bit of zhuzhing.
Bit of zhuzh.
I love a bit of zhuzhing. Yeah, zhuzh up your clutch bag, absolutely. Then you can fix it with this. And it's hard to find fabric glues.
Oh, it is. It really is, especially with a precision nozzle on it, because if you're like me, I get glue everywhere. I glue everywhere, then end up picking it all off of where I don't need it.
And me.
With this, it's
yes, this way you're getting it exactly where you want it to be, not where you don't. £6.95 for the two. Well, that's certain brand of glue. You'd certainly pay that for one little tube, and then have you ever noticed once you use it and you put the lid back on, that's it, you can't use it again.
And you have to cut the top off again, and then the hole's too big, and it just
and then you have to
everywhere.
Throw it away. So absolutely, this you can use continuously because there's a little lid on the end which closes perfectly. How long have you had your little tube?
Actually, I go through this quite a lot because I about once a month. But what I do is I put this into do you know the bag that the gemstones come in?
Yes,
I put this into
bag.
I put this into a little Ziploc bag, and then if for any reason, because when you get right near the end, sometimes you'll get a little split in the side, and then it glues to all your tools and everything. So if you leave it in that was Mark Smith told me that.
Top tip.
Yeah, pop it in those little bags.
Grab it whilst you can, and again, kit very popular. We've still got, we'll put the kit at the bottom there, all night party, that's 50% off, that's a half price reduction. So I understand we're going to be learning how to make a flower out of chainmail. I love your designs. Have we shown off Fleur's designs? Sorry, we was too busy gassing, that was it. Stunning chainmail, they're beautiful.
Yeah, we're going to do both of those flowers. So we're going to do how to do the Helm flower and the flower with the gemstones.
Love it. I love that contrast of the high gloss and the
really
sort of satin that you get from the actual square jump rings. Okay, so very addictive chainmail.
It is, and I always apologise for people that say they've been addicted, but it is. It's just, I think it's because there's so much you can do with it. Yeah. There's so many weaves, there's so many techniques.
Are you going to come out with any funny name weaves today?
No.
No?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
No, I nearly did a funny weave, but no, I didn't. No.
Claire's saying she remembers Great Southern Gathering.
Yeah, that was a funny one.
You can, something about frogs? There's one about frogs, Martha's saying?
Frogs. There is a couple of, there is one that's about a frog. I can't remember what it's called now.
Something about a rhino?
Yeah, there's rhino, snorting drano. Yeah. There's lots of really weird names.
Love it. Yeah. Love it.
There's orcs as well.
Orcs?
You can do an orc.
Oh my gosh, you can do like a Lord of the Rings weave.
Yeah, you can do an orc. And then it's an elf sheet.
I like elves.
Yeah.
If I was going to be in the Lord of the Rings,
Yes.
I'd want to be an elf.
That's what me and Zena are on about that, because I had a kit on Sunday called Lord of the Jump Rings, and
Really?
I said I'd want to be an elf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're really agile and nice,
They are. They're lovely.
aren't they? And you'd think you'd imagine they wouldn't smell.
No, I never thought about that, but no, I don't think elves would smell.
Dwarfs would smell.
Yes, because they live underground. Don't
Orcs
they?
would definitely smell.
What about hobbits?
Hobbits, I don't know. Maybe their feet.
Yeah, they've got airy feet, haven't they? Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I'll stop talking.
Okay, so what we need for these little flowers, they are very, very simple. All you need is 5 jump rings, 5 of the large jump rings and 1 of the small jump rings, okay? And all we're going to do is pre-close the 5 jump rings, and because these are the square profile jump rings, you do need to just go and pre-close them all, the ones that you need to pre-close. So if you just pre-close a few of them, 5 is needed for each flower. I tend to do as many as I need for the whole project, and do all my pre-closing of jump rings first, and then I don't have to stop-start. And I'm going to take my open jump ring, and I'm going to add on all 5 of my large closed jump rings. Now, you'll be so surprised at how easy this is.
And it's so, one thing I've noticed there straight away, Fleur, is how they connect. Those jump rings are really, really good quality, and they connect.
They're fabulous precision cut, because to cut a square, when we say these are square jump rings, they're not square in shape, they're square wire that's created these, so it's a square profile, and to get that absolute precision fastening together is very, very difficult.
Yes.
So you can see there, excuse me, you can see there how precision it's gone back together. You can't see.
Love it. Yeah, you can't see the join, can you? I mean, we're under magnification here, so you're going to be able to see it a little bit, but yeah, can't see it. So, okay, you've attached how many jump rings?
5.
5?
5 jump rings, and now you're going to need some monofilament. Excuse me, I'm going to have to cough.
Fleur's got a little bit of a tickly, a sore throat, haven't you, honey?
Yeah, I'm all right though. I'm fine. I'm better now.
It's that time of year, everybody's a bit lurgy-fied.
It is, isn't it? Never mind. I'll be fine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move the tools out of the way, because I don't need those. Taking a piece of monofilament, and I do appreciate it's very difficult to see the you can't see it at all, to see the monofilament there. What you're going to do is take one of your largest shell pearls and just thread that on with your monofilament. Now, the reason why we use monofilament rather than beading thread is so we can tie a knot and it becomes invisible.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got one of my shell pearl onto my monofilament. I then pick up my jump rings and go through one of the large jump rings. So can you see now how it's sitting next to it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I've got a spare piece of monofilament here. So I'm now holding up, so you can use your bead stopper. Should we use the bead stopper so it doesn't all fall apart?
Absolutely.
They're, like we said before, they're invaluable. Oh, Elle, can you just pop that on the
I'll pop that on the end there.
on the end there. That's it. So now I don't have to worry about that falling off the end. Take my next shell pearl and go through my next shell pearl, so you can see there. Take my next jump ring in line and go through the next jump ring. So now you can see it's starting now to pull together. Okay, so I've gone through the next jump ring, and you just go all the way around. And do you know what? It's so much easier with that bead stopper on the end, because it's weighting it down. So
yeah,
it's not
actually
falling
pulling
around.
it taut as well.
Yeah. So I'm just going to keep going round, all the way round, till I've got all 5 of my gemstones sitting in between all 5 of those large jump rings. So another gemstone goes on. And I've used the 10mm gemstones for this, but you can, if you wanted to, use the 8mm gemstones. So you can swap and change. You can do some larger flowers and some smaller flowers. So you can see now how it's starting to come into shape.
See where that one's going to go?
Yeah, so you can see that last one there will go on. In we go. And the shell pearls have got fabulous drill holes in them as well. So even if you did want to add some wire through them, so you can wire these together as well with a 0.6 if you wanted to. I prefer to have them with monofilament.
Yeah, because like you say, they become invisible then, don't they? So you can't actually see the actual mechanisms.
So I'm now going to take that off. So now what I've got is I've got all of my gemstones. This one here at the top is loose, because when we tie it together, that will then come close together. We're now going to tie a surgeon's knot. So if I talk through it rather, because with a monofilament, so I'm just going to make an overhand knot once, and then with the end of the monofilament go round again.
I did not know that was a surgeon's knot.
Yeah, and apparently they're the strongest knots.
Are they?
Apparently. And
Well, I suppose you'd want a surgeon's knot to be the strongest, I suppose, wouldn't you?
So now I've pulled it together, you can now see how the little flowers formed. And now we're going to do exactly the same, but the other way around. So again, over the top, around once, and around twice, and pull. And that now is really, really secure. And that knot has slipped inside that little jump ring there, so you can't see where the knot is. Then using your hypo cement glue, so don't cut these ends off until about an hour.
Right.
Okay, so using your hypo cement, and the best thing to say about the hypo cement is don't squeeze it.
Right, just dab it.
If you squeeze it, if you just let a bit of gravity take it, and you see a little tiny bead of it there on the end.
Yeah.
And then just opening it up and just dab it.
Yeah, you didn't need to squeeze any there, did you?
If you squeeze it, then it just carries on pouring out, and it becomes an absolute nightmare. And before you do anything else, always pop the lid back on, because it will keep. And it's got a little tiny pin on the end.
I love that. I mean, that is what prevents you from using certain brands, isn't it? Because they haven't got that pin that goes through the centre. Fabulous.
And so now all you do is make them all up, put them to one side, let this glue dry, because if that knot isn't as tight as you wanted it to be and you cut it, then it could all come unravelled.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so just don't be tempted. And you can make it up with all these little ends, so it's a little bit hairy until the end, and then just cut all the ends off.
You can have a big statement monofilament. And you've made a few of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I've also
done one on the ring,
the other flat, and also on the ring and on the earrings. So a beautiful suite of jewellery. Now, we will be demonstrating the other flower, I understand, but before we do, how about bringing you an opportunity, let me move those out of the way, an opportunity where you can create Fleur's designs with sterling silver, but sterling silver rose gold. Love it, love it, love it. Now, we've got a limit. Is it a limited opportunity, did you say, Martha? Oh, I beg your pardon, we've got 100 of these. Still not huge quantities, is it? There's 50 in total. They're 5mm in their diameter, so it's a wearable size, and it's a useful size for those of you that are chainmail lovers. These are brand new, never been on your screens previously before, so do grab them whilst you can. 50. How you can create a pendant out of that, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. You can create a beautiful pendant out of that, or you could create the little flower that we've just done with some really small, like gems of distinction.
Yeah, that would be
amazing,
create those.
Yeah,
that would be fabulous. And we've got a DVD of Fleur's pendants coming up as well. So if you're thinking, oh, I like the idea of a chainmail pendant, we've got DVDs of Fleur's coming up a little bit later, which would be perfect for these. Brand new, that lovely colour. Look, you can see the quality. Now, you know, those of you that are maybe new to Jewellery Maker are thinking it's a jump ring. It's a jump ring. How are you getting excited about jump rings? Oh, they do excite us. They really, really do. When you've got quality like this, because it's not just a chainmail, you can use it in all different mediums. They are essential as findings, but the quality of a jump ring as a chainmail expert, Fleur, is crucial, isn't it?
It is, yeah. You can't create beautiful chainmail on a professional level if the jump rings that you start with aren't of the best quality.
Absolutely.
Because with all the best will in the world, you can do the weave, but if the closures aren't absolutely perfect, it's not a wearable piece of jewellery because it's scratchy and it'll catch on your clothes. And the last thing you want to do is gift a piece of jewellery that ruins somebody's beautiful cashmere jumper. That
gosh, absolutely. And what makes a quality jump ring quality and a less quality jump ring less quality?
So when we're talking about quality of jump rings, they have to be hand sawn cut. So with a saw cut through. When we're creating jump rings at Jewellery Maker on a larger scale, we will use like a Dremel type tool that cuts more, because if we were there sawing away, we'd need lots of elves in our workshop. Minions, yeah, lots of minions and elves. We need everything to do it. So saw cut, so they're not machine cut, they're saw. You talk about machine cut, that's actually gone through a machine and it's chomped down through them all. So these are precision saw cut, and the amount of metal that's taken out on that saw blade is less than 0.1 of a millimetre.
There we go. So it is a lot more precise and accurate that way.
Yeah.
And if you can imagine, if you know, individual jump rings being actually precision cut, then obviously you'd expect it to be very expensive. However, everybody that's on those phone lines and web, by the way, choosing to multi-buy, you'll be absolutely delighted. £6.95. On the back of that, you've got 50 jump rings here that Fleur's just explained, precision cut.
And you know what, if you were to stretch them all out, you couldn't buy the metal, the sterling silver with rose gold over the top.
No.
You couldn't buy the metal, and then it would take you a couple of hours to make those jump rings as well.
Absolutely. So it's time effective, it's precious metal, cost effective, and obviously you've got the quality there as well. Absolutely fabulous. We've got a message from Helen in West Yorkshire. I love Fleur's designs. Just want to thank her for her inspiration this year, which has kept me going through some health problems. Happy Christmas. Oh, what a lovely message.
Thank you. Happy Christmas to you.
Get well soon, Helen, and happy Christmas to you as well. Jacqueline in Merseyside. Good morning, everybody. I've not slept yet. Been making my first chainmail commission. How exciting! Thank you, Fleur, for being such a fab teacher. Oh, isn't that lovely from Anne?
Thank you so much, thank you.
See, I love the love for this lady. Anne in Aberdeenshire. OMG, no one told us not to squeeze before. I have wasted so much of my hypo glue. Thank you, Fleur. Gorgeous jewellery. Can't wait for my kit to come. Stunning kit.
It was Prue that told me. It was Prue that said don't squeeze it.
It's a really good point now. I've never don't squeeze.
Don't squeeze it, and it's so tempting because you can't, because if you're like me, you're impatient. You're like, I need glue and I need it now.
Give me glue. Yeah, absolutely.
So you just need to just let gravity take a little tiny bit out, and then it won't all just, because it does it. If you squeeze it, it will just carry on.
Yeah. There we go. So waste not, want not. Okay, back to, because you're going to do demonstrating the
little helm flowers now.
That's these.
Yeah, and then the helm weave is the one that goes around the back of that necklace as well. So it's exactly the same weave that's on the back of the necklace, or the neck piece of the necklace, to what those flowers are as well.
Let me just turn that around so you can actually see that too. And that's the helm weave.
That's the helm weave. So it's basically a jump ring sandwich. And we like sandwiches.
Yeah, see, if you explain it to me like that, then I know what you're talking about.
That's it, yeah, and that's where a lot of people have always gone wrong with helm's weave, because they try and create it as they're going along with the floating rings inside. And if you think of it just as a jump ring sandwich, it's so much easier.
Much easier.
I am the Forrest Gump of jewellery making. If it's got to be simple, else I can't understand it.
Same. Ditto. To be fair, anything in life, keep it simple. Keep it simple, because then I'll actually digest that information. Apart from maths, still doesn't work. Still doesn't work.
Yeah, I've never used trigonometry.
Who has? Who's used trigonometry outside of school?
No.
Anyway.
Okay, so for this technique, we're going to use obviously the two sizes that are in the kit absolutely perfectly. I'm going to use the large coloured jump rings just so it's easier for you to see. So what we need to do is we need to create a chain of 2 in 2, but every second one of the small jump rings and the large ones hold those together. So you need to pre-close all your small jump rings for this weave. So I'm just going to start now making this little 2 in 2 chain. And I need 4 sections of 2 of these large jump rings. So that's 1. Go through with my large jump ring, and then if you if you've pre-closed all your small jump rings, you can just pop them on. Close that one up. So what we're doing is we're putting the bread together. If you think of it as a sandwich, which for me is the easiest way to. Everything's food. Everything has to come back for food.
Yeah, it does with me as well, Fleur. I end up talking about food all the time.
So, and all these large jump rings are all being doubled up, so it's a 2 in 2, and it's like what it says on the tin. It's just 2 jump rings holding 2 jump rings together. So now I've got 3. I just need 1 more. My last one is 4. So you can see these don't take very many jump rings either. So we've got 2 weaves that haven't, so you've got odds and ends of jump rings that are left. Now the general rule of thumb with helm weave is that the small jump ring must sit inside the large jump ring when it's not being used. And then you know.
What you've created just there is the helm weave?
No, this is just a 2 in 2 weave.
Is that an actual weave then?
Yeah, that's an actual weave, yeah. All chainmail weaves, all chainmail means is that a jump ring is being linked to another jump ring. So a 1 in 1 chain, so you just link 1 into 1 is still chainmail. So please don't think that just because it's not difficult that you haven't created chainmail, because you have. So this is a chainmail
That's
weave.
encouraging. So I have actually done chainmail then.
Everybody's done chainmail in one form or another when they've linked jump rings into jump rings.
Even when I suppose when you're in primary school and you do your paper chains, that's kind of
that's exactly the same. That's chainmail with paper. It's exactly the same.
See what I mean? Take it back to simple terms.
That's it. So you can make chainmail out of paper as well.
Yes, probably not as beautiful, but yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I think it's it all looks beautiful, especially if you use nice coloured papers. So I've got 4 large jump rings and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the small jump ring pairs there. Okay. Now this is my bread, and these blue rings are now going to be the filling. So for me, it has to be ham and mustard.
For me, cheese and onion.
Yeah, no. So I'm going to now put my filling in. So what I'm going to do is
Martha's saying egg, cheese and salad cream.
Oh, salad, yeah, got to have that in it, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, more of that than anything else.
I don't like the sound of that.
Oh, no, it's lovely.
Like Claire's going with a bit of turkey and stuff in. What about you, Wes?
BLT.
Oh, BLT. Oh, yeah. Can't
Yeah.
go. See, club sandwich.
I like a chicken club sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyway, sorry.
that's okay.
So yours is what? Ham and mustard.
Ham and mustard, yeah.
Ham and mustard.
Ham and mustard. So I'm now going to put in my ham and mustard into my sandwich. So if you can see on the side there, and with these larger jump rings, it is easier for you to see. So I'm now going to split each pair open, and I'm now going to add in my filling of my sandwich. So if you can see there, it's gone in one side. So that's just gone through those first 2 jump rings there. And now it's encapsulating the small jump rings in the middle. Okay?
Yes,
and now, because this is going to be like a floating ring, I'm now going to go to my next pair of large jump rings, and exactly the same, just go through that pair.
No, wait, it is like a club sandwich because you've got 2 slices of bread. You've got 4 slices of bread there, haven't you?
Yeah, so I've gone through 4 slices of bread. And now I'm going to close that one up. And if I just show you now, so that blue jump ring is now floating in the middle of these first 2 pairs. And I'm going to take my next jump ring. Now the first jump ring is always the most difficult to get in because it's this second jump ring now has forced this first pair apart. So I'm now going to go through the second pair, around encapsulating the small jump rings that are in the middle that's holding these 2 jump rings together, and through the next pair. Now you just have to make sure that it doesn't, these floating jump rings don't capture any other jump rings. They just sit in between. And close. So I've now got 2. So you can see it's not actually holding anything in place. It's just literally there. Then my next one goes through and round. Now, so we've only put 3 in place. Put that one through, make sure it goes through the middle, and close. So now this is your Helm weave. So that is now your Helm weave. So if you wanted to carry on making a bracelet, you would carry on with that. Yeah. But we want to make a circle. So we've now got these
to make your flower.
To make the flower. So we've now got the 2 end jump rings, which are 2 small jump rings. I'm now going to take my last pair of large jump rings, and I'm going to connect those 2 together so it forms your circle. So there we go, so that's 1.
That's lovely as it is, isn't it? Just like so.
So there's 1. And then put the other one in. And now, because I've only got 3 floating jump rings and I need 5 floating jump rings, you can see where the other 2
are missing.
Floating jump rings are missing. So now let's get my last 2 jump rings. And again...
Oh, you're filling.
My filling for my sandwich.
See, I can understand now. We sound like, you know, we were saying about chainmail having so many obscure names.
Yeah. You
would have called this the sandwich weave.
I would call it the sandwich weave. This is one of the most historic weaves, this one. This is the one that the Celts were believed to put around the hilts of their handles. So when they were fighting and there was all mud and blood and everything around, they could hold on to it because it's grippy. Because it's a flat weave, and all flat weaves used to be held like that.
So any Celtic roots, which I think most of us do have at some here in the UK, then this is a perfect weave for you.
So that now is your Helm flower.
Love it.
So I've just made one in, and I've just used some odds and ends of jump rings just so you can see it all there. And let me just, I've got a rogue jump ring in there. 1 second.
A rogue jump ring?
A rogue jump ring.
Okay, whilst Fleur just sorts out her rogue, something that we absolutely need in the world of chainmail, and it is essential because, yes, we'll always bring you opportunities of jump rings, stock permitting. Sometimes you like to make your own. Sometimes you want to incorporate colours into chainmail, maybe with your wire. Then this makes it possible. Now, it is a double treble opportunity, so you do get 2 packs, and it gives you the ability to make jump rings on loads of different sizes, some of which we don't even stock, do we?
No.
So, for example, out of this pack, and I'll show you one by one because you are getting both of the sizes here, you've got, that goes right the way up to, and let me just double check, is that 14mm? 16, I beg your pardon. 16, 14, 12 and 10. So I've certainly never brought 16mm jump rings on air before.
No. And you can create, I mean, my jump rings are made on a 2mm wire, but these are 20mm inner diameter, so you could create, if you've got some of that aluminium wire, you can create your own large jump rings.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? An aluminium chainmail. That's a really good idea. And then we have got the smaller size as well, which brings the more stereotypical jump ring sizes as well. So basically, you'd never have that issue of, oh, I've run out of jump rings. Because if you did say that, then you can always make your own. It's not a problem. Very easy to do as well. It kind of works like a gizmo, doesn't it?
Yeah, just making large gizmo coils. But they are mandrels as well, so you can use them for bending ear wires round, clasps round, if you're making your own handmade clasps, gizmo coils themselves. The thing to note is that these are the inner diameters.
Yes.
So if you're using a 1mm wire, you need to add 2mm to each size.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you've got an 8mm inner diameter, by using a 1mm wire, you've created a 10mm outer diameter.
Right.
Because we're used to listening to outer diameters at Jewellery Maker rather than
there we go.
diameters.
These are inner diameters. Fabulous. Now the smaller pack, as in, has got the 4mm, 6, 7, and 8mm. I mean, they're all the gauges that you need, aren't they?
They are.
Should be £15.90 for both of these wonderful tools. Christmas Eve, however, let's bring you a Christmas Eve price point. Happy Christmas, everybody. It's lovely to have your company this morning. You're getting both for £8.95.
I bought mine before we did these, and I paid more than that for a different brand for one.
I can believe that.
And the plate broke within a couple of...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Within what, a couple of...
times, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, where you screw it in, that cracked, yeah.
Well, see, we don't just say it. We don't just say our products are the best. We generally do mean
They
it.
are.
And if we do find one which we think, okay, that's like the Ferrari of this tool, whatever, then we'll source it. We will source it. And we've got another 5 minutes with our lovely Fleur.
Okay, so what we're going to do now to create the actual flower itself. So if I go back to my little one that I made at home with just some odds and ends of jump rings that I had left.
That's really pretty though. I like it like that.
So if it be your own jump ring makers, you can make it in any colour.
Yeah,
you could
absolutely.
You could make the flower to match the beads. So I've just taken a little bit of 0.4 wire, but you can do this with a featherweight head pin as well. It's just that I couldn't find any to hand when I was doing this. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend the wire or the head pin all the way around and give it a little pinch at the bottom, so that they both stay together. Okay. And now we're going to add on one of the 7mm jump rings, because this will be in a different size. So that's going to act as like your stopper for it falling through the back of the weave. And
also it's bail, I suppose.
Yeah,
it's like a bezel set, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And it'll give it something to sit on. Going through the middle of your flower with both pieces of wire. Pull it down together, and you can see how that's going to sit just in there. Now if we turn this over, you've got all these jump rings, all these little double jump rings, and all I did was chase this around, so go through each of the jump rings. I can never see it when I'm in here, can I? Just go around, and all you're going to do is secure these pieces of wire or this featherweight head pin, whichever you're using. Just secure it either side to start with. So through there, and just with one pass through, you can see how that's held now in place, just like that. But for extra security, all I did was I carried on going around each of the double jump rings, just till I thought that it was secure enough in place that I could just snip those end pieces of wire off. But if you didn't have any wire to hand, you could use monofilament and attach it exactly the same as what we did in the first demo. So just weave it around with the monofilament and then tie a knot and then just glue it in place.
Love it. So you're kind of sewing on, aren't you?
Yeah, and just give it a little ratchet with the wire. Yeah, just to build it up, and this gives it the strength as well that it's needed to become a sort of like a rigid part of chainmail, if you like. So it is quite a substantial part of chainmail, this little section. So I'm quite happy that that now won't go anywhere. So that is, if I just lay it down, that is your little helm flower. Now if you wanted to, with this wire, what you could do then is carry on adding in like a wire work section, because you've got two ends of wire here if you were going to use wire. If you just wanted to have that as a focal point in the middle.
Like a cluster ring or something like that?
So all I did with that then, for the ring itself, you could then attach that to the ring. I know I've used the different flower, but all you could do is you could get one of the ring bases. I pierced a hole in the ring bases and then used that to thread two ends of wire through and then just wrap it around the back of the ring. Amazing. So that could be on a ring as well if you wanted.
Love it, absolutely love it. I mean, you could create a bail and have that on a chain as well. We've got time for one more opportunity this hour, and we've given you the actual jump ring tools, so to make the actual circular shape. So you will need to have these, won't you?
Yes, you will.
It's your tool of the year.
I love this tool.
It is, isn't it? You love working with your sheets as well, don't you?
I love working with sheet metal.
There we go. It is your saw frame kit. I love the way everything is packaged. Yeah. I do think that it shows the quality of our products here at Jewellery Maker.
And you know what, like I was saying earlier, I've packed away my workshop now for a couple of days so that I'm not tempted to make anything, and everything's so easy to pack away. Yeah. Because they're all in these beautiful packets.
There we go. This is Fleur's product of the year. She thinks it's absolutely invaluable. It's not just for chainmail. You can use it for so many different things. Comes with the actual saw frame, which is you can see just here, and then also you will have all these different blades. Now, what did you say they are? Orcs?
No. They're not orcs. I was going to show the cross, but I can't find them.
Not orcs.
They're not orcs. It's orc. Oh, it's here. Look.
They're different sizes, basically. All the different sizes, and there's multiples in any of those packs.
There's 24 in each pack. So most blades come in a dozen. So
there we go.
And there's 24 in it. It's 2 packs in each.
There we go. So you are getting lots and lots and lots. Now, remind me, which one's the biggest and which one's the smallest?
So the 1/0 is the one with the widest space teeth.
Yes.
And the 6/0 is got lots of teeth per square centimetre.
So that's more of your precision cutting.
Yeah, that's more precision cutting. So with metal sheet, I tend to use the 3/0.
Yeah.
For sterling silver, if it's the 0.5 sterling silver, I'll use 4/0. But for cutting jump rings, I use the 1/0.
There we go, because you do want it to be really fine so they can join in. $9.95. I've got time to quickly squeeze in, just in case you were thinking, listen, lots of you were asking last time we brought this to you, and last time Fleur was on, if you're looking to replace your blades, because you will need to after time.
Yeah, I broke 4 sawing out a unicorn yesterday.
There we go. Well, here we go. Here's your replacements. Again, the different measurements. You've got 24 blades in here, so they're going to last a long time.
Yeah, so it's 24 in each section.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you've still got 2 separate packs.
Oh, yes, of course.
So you've got 24 in each section.
In each section. So really, these are going to last ages.
A long time, yeah, they are. And you will break blades. And when you're learning, when you're first starting out, you will break a lot of blades. You'll break them, putting them into the saw frame. You'll break them when you very first start sawing. But then eventually, when you get really good at sawing, you'll need to replace them because they go blunt, because they're cutting metal. So you do need constant stash of these. And these are perfect because usually you just get one size. So if you went to another place to buy, you know, a jewellery wholesaler, you will buy one size.
And so you have to get them individually. So you've got all of those. Fabulous. $5.95 only for your assorted saws. Love, 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 love your designer inspiration, Fleur. Thank you so much. And we'll upload the pictures, obviously, to Facebook. And there are still a few opportunities with that kit. It was a massive saving, half price. And all of the products will still be available on the web, I believe, unless they've sold out. Now, amazing designer inspiration coming up with you in an hour or so.
Yes, yeah.
So don't go anywhere. Plus, we've got more Christmas Christmas Eve deals coming up. Lots of fun. Keep those messages coming in as well. We want to hear from you. Want to know what you're up to. If you've got any Christmas messages that you'd like to send out, then do send them in to us. 60777 is the number, and start your text with JM Studios. We'd love to get interactive this morning, wouldn't we, Fleur?
Can I just say hello to Sophie and Fiona Potter? Mrs. Potter, she's watching, and her granddaughter Sophie.
Oh, happy Christmas! Happy Christmas to you. Don't go anywhere though, because there's more Fleur, there's more me, and everybody else after this.
There are 2 easy ways you can purchase from Jewellery Maker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview and FreeSat, and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click to register. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking on the Watch Live Show button on the homepage. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, simply click on the Add to Basket button and you can continue shopping or check out right away. Don't forget, you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Did you know that the Jewellery Maker phone number is free from a UK? Now you can spend those extra pennies on more shopping.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Did you know that no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged 1 postage and packaging fee?
We've got elves. We've got elves in the studio. Oh, look how cute they look. Amelia looks so adorable. Look. Little Christmas elf. And there's our Wes. I love the fact that Wes, your hat is pointing directly upwards. There's no bend in it whatsoever. You wanted it like that. You're more like a gnome, actually, with your beard and everything. A Christmas gnome. Oh, I love it. Who's feeling festive? Happy Christmas, everyone. Nice to have your company this morning. My name's Eleanor. Keep those messages coming in. Kimber, we've been having lots of Christmas messages coming in. So we'd love to get interactive this morning. Do send us your messages. We've got more designer inspiration with the lovely Fleur coming up. There we go. This is how you do it. Very easy. Start your text with JM Studio 60777 is the number to call. Guess what? Guess what? We might have a visitor today. No, in fact, I know we will have a visitor today. The little puppy Brutus is coming in. The little puppy Brutus, or I call him the googly-eyed terror. Because he is googly-eyed and he is a little bit of a terror. But he's coming in a little bit later on, so Tom's bringing in a Brutus. He's weenie, he's like this big. You like the video that I uploaded the other day, don't you?
Yep, I do, with the alarm going on the phone.
Yeah.
And he goes crazy.
He goes literally crazy. If the alarm goes on your mobile phone, which obviously it does every morning, he was jumping on it and going nuts. But it's because, and the funny thing is though, he's the same size as the phone.
He is. I think the phone's slightly bigger.
So he's, you know, to be fair, he'd probably lose out of that one. Anyway, what else have we got? Oh, I'm so excited. We've got Tanzanite coming up. We've got amazing sapphire coming your way. We've got multi-gemstone strand, which you might have seen the promo for, which is just going to be incredible. I'm hugely excited about the first opportunity of this hour. I've never seen it before, and I'm not just talking about here at Jewellery Maker. I've never seen a carved amber like this before anywhere in the jewellery industry, out of all the retailers that I've worked at. Take an organic gemstone. The fact that this prehistoric snapshot, with all of its fabulous inclusions, for all of its rich honey colour, is intriguing enough on its own, but then actually carve it to the degree and level that you're about to see makes it hugely exciting to me. All I would do with this wonderful pendant, I'm thinking pendant as you can tell, is encase it, maybe wire wrap it with some sterling silver wire, your precious metals, because this is my goodness, really high quality. Now, Kim, have we got many of these? Yeah, 52, so there's not a huge quantity of them. It would be an amazing addition to anybody's jewellery collection, because I think there's very few people out there in the world who can say that they own a carved amber. Carved gemstones, yeah, absolutely. Carved amber, not the case. Have you seen this, Fleur?
No, never seen it.
Isn't that amazing? It's not small, is it?
It's huge. That's a lot bigger than the cabochons that we've been having.
Amazing. Yeah, it is. It is bigger. Wow. I want to buy this. I want to multi-buy. Look at the quality of that carving. Look at the quality. You don't see amber in this size, let alone carved.
Can I just say, Fiona's watching. Fiona, can I have one, please?
Fiona, if you're watching, Fleur needs one of these. Please, can you sort it out for her? There are only 52. Well, I'll keep an eye out for her name there. Susan's just bought 2. Pat's just bought 2. Christine's there shouting. You are going to have to pounce on this, by the way. And if you're thinking that this is going to be, I don't know, a very high-figured price point, telephone bidders, believe me, it's not. Be there. Ready to press your option 1, because it's very popular on the web. I think it's only going to be a matter of time before it sells out. Barbara, Angela, Christine, you've done it. Essex, you've got yours. We are being inundated on the web now. Look at the sheer quality of the carving, the quality of that cognac Baltic amber, and yes, you'll see the intricacy of those inclusions. You'll see the fact that this gorgeous gemstone, which just radiates colour, it almost glows internally, but the fact that this is carved to such a degree and perfection. Look, if I turn my hand really down flat, you can actually see the curves of every single one of those petals. It is popular and it's very busy. We're gonna have to bring that price tag in, aren't we? Good luck. Have I seen? Let's let's see. Fiona in Warwickshire, is that who you're looking at? She's got 2, well done. So Fiona in Warwickshire's sorted you out there, Fleur. 19.95, absolutely incredible. Barbara, Northamptonshire, Nicolette, Jackins, Veronica, Carola, Diane, Heather, Jennifer, Caroline, Zara, London's there. Fiona, hello to you. Maggie, Mary, Barbara, John and Janet, Elizabeth, Claire. I did say it was only going to be a matter of time, wasn't it? When. It's not a matter of if, it's when will this actually sell out.
It's absolutely stunning.
Never seen anything like it before.
Never.
Never ever seen anything like it before, and it was obvious that there was only going to be a limited quantity of these. So 52 were actually commissioned for you. What would you do with this, Fleur?
I'm going to net it. So I put some just very, very simple like a wire work around it, just so you can hold it in place, and I'd probably have it as a pendant.
Yeah,
just so
I think so, because the sheer size.
Yeah,
20 by 25 millimetre.
It is just beautiful.
Stunning. Pretty much sold out. Arthur, Marion, Pauline, Paulette, Celia, Josie, Maureen and Tony. Well done. Patricia, lots of you choosing to multi-buy as well. Fabulous. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to bring you that again or something similar. I don't know if I am. Have you put a request in, Kim? Yeah. That's amazing. Fabulous. Well done. Well done, well done, well done. Happy Christmas, everybody. We've got a text message for Fiona. From Fiona in Warwickshire. Hello to you. And she says, Happy Christmas, Fleur, my lovely. We have an amber rose each. Woohoo! She got it for you.
Thank you.
She got it for you. Ah, isn't she lovely, Fiona?
She is. She's gorgeous.
She is gorgeous. She's lovely. Moving on, box number. Oh my gosh, I've got so much. Where do I even start? Gosh, hang on a minute. Oh, wow. These are amazing. I got the dropsies again today. I've not seen these before. These are fabulous. I would make these actually a design feature. They are jumbo lobster claws. You get 5 and they're 23. Sorry, you get 10 rather. You get 20 and they're 23 by 10 millimeters. They're huge. If I just put my fingernail next to it, that sort of puts it into perspective, doesn't it? The sheer volume and size of these. Perfect with your chainmail, don't you think, Fleur?
Yeah, really good. But also these are fabulous for bag charms.
Yes.
And key rings. So bag charms are huge with your little odds and ends of beads that you've got left out, a little bit of chainmail. You can make a really lovely, substantial bag charm, and they can command quite a price. Bag charms,
yeah.
You know, and then also as well, you know, key rings, putting them onto your split ring, and then having it as a key ring as well. Absolutely. I'm thinking straight away, you know, sometimes when you have got the big sizes, maybe your sort of 14mm rounds or 12mm rounds, and you need to have, if you were to put just a normal lobster claw on there, it just wouldn't hold it. Yeah. You know, it's obvious, it's just logical.
So if you've got like a big crocheted piece or a big knitted piece that you've made, this will, like say, follow suit, or like we were saying before.
Well, it's going to look right as well.
Looks like the same size as the piece that you're creating.
Absolutely. And of course, it's going to obviously support the weight itself. 10 pieces that you're getting, double trouble. I love these. I like chunky jewellery. I like statement jewellery, especially this time of year when you're sort of wrapped up in your woolly pulleys and your winter knits, etc. It needs to be a little bit more, substantial to actually sort of be noticed, I guess. You know, if you have, I'm not saying I don't ever wear my dainty jewellery in the winter, but sometimes if I've got a big thick jumper on, I'll try and go for a big layered neckline piece. And this is what you'd need, really. And then again, there's the dexterity issues that we can bring up. It's going to be fantastic for anybody that has that. I always struggle, unless I've got one of those magnetic clasps, with bracelets. I always struggle to put bracelets on. I call it the bracelet dance. You know the one I'm talking about.
Flipping it round, yeah.
And you're kind of swinging your arm towards you, trying to catch hold of that bottom clasp, aren't you? You know, God, and in the end I give up. I get so frustrated because I've got no patience whatsoever. This, you're not going to have any issues at all. Big, large jump ring, maybe some out of the kit that you've just had, will loop together with absolute ease. Let's bring that price tag in. We should be bringing it to you at £15.90 for 10. That's already working out at £1.59 each. Not today though. Not £1.59. Christmas Eve prices. That's buy one, get one free. 79 pence each, when they're meant to be, as I said, £1.59 each.
And they're really good quality as well.
Really good quality. You can feel the quality. Does that sound ridiculous?
No, you can, because I've bought clasps before for bag charms off of a auction website, and they're flimsy and they break. A few of them have broke before we've even got them out the bag.
The mechanism doesn't join. It's not sprung load. No. Absolutely. The fact that those two areas of the lobster claw, I guess, you know, this part here, doesn't actually then meet back together, whereas ours absolutely do. You can feel it. If I stop talking for a second, you can actually hear the snap. Oops, I'm just moving for 1 minute. You can hear that snap together, can't you? The quality is there. And if that sounds ridiculous, the fact that I'm demonstrating that, then to me, that seems like something I'd want to know. As a jewellery maker, as somebody that wants to invest in quality, then that would make a difference to me.
That's it. And if you're selling your pieces, the last thing you want is an email or a phone call a week later saying the clasps broke. Can you fix
frustrating.
it? Because it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I mean, things do break, and you know, but it's embarrassing if it's a mechanism that's broken rather than because you haven't made this, you've just added this on. Yeah. So you need to make sure that this is as good a quality as your work is.
Absolutely.
You know,
I totally agree with you, Fleur, because like I said, when I had my jewellery business, it used to be like, oh God, it's just a headache when you've got to sort out things like that, which you do because it's your business. But yeah, it's a headache when you've got to sort something out like that, inevitably replace it. That's time, postage if need be. Yeah, so use quality products from the very, very start. Okay, storage. I love these. I think they're fantastic. Have you got a wardrobe where and lots of pieces of jewellery and they're kind of all jumbling around, mixing around in a box, and sometimes you forget what you've got at the bottom of the box? I've certainly got that issue in my house. My friend gave me this inspiration, the lovely Kate Flower, if you're watching. She, in her wardrobe, you open it up. She's got a lovely wardrobe anyway. But her jewellery is on a coat hanger, hung up on the inside, so you can see everything. And same applies with your stash. You could do that with your gemstones, you could do it with your findings as well. These extend out a bit like a suit carrier, and what I love is that it's actually the shape of very hourglass, isn't it?
It is.
Tell you what, she's a fine...
She's got a fine figure.
She has, hasn't she?
Me and Zena were saying you could make a dress out of them.
Have to do it now. It's kind of, yeah. I wonder if you could get in this.
Put one on the front, and then do that Liz Hurley with big safety pins on the side.
Like a Liz Hurley style dress.
Yeah.
And imagine all your gemstones in there as well. Yeah. You could go as a gemstone.
Yeah. Or you could get some battery-powered fairy lights and put them in there as well.
In all your pockets?
Yeah.
Wow, that would be incredible, wouldn't it? That's amazing. There we go. We're even giving you inspiration for your fancy dress parties. No, I love these storage things. And they have got, if it's too big to hold up, full frontal, so I'll do it in sections. They have got little pockets here, so you can see each of those individual pockets. You can pop in whatever it is you want, findings, gemstones, either or, and that goes all the way down to the very base. If I flip this over as well, you'll notice that this is real security. So I'm also thinking this would be amazing for your craft fairs because these are Velcro, and it's not just a couple at the top. These have got Velcro all the way down the sort of the back of her, I suppose. From a back right down to a bottom. So it's going to really sit, and I'm just velcroing them all up, it's really going to sit securely if you wanted to attach to various different things.
What we were saying when I was on with Zena on Sundays, if you like your chainmail and you do commissions, what you can do is on the Velcro straps at the back, you can hang sections of weaves that you know, and then on the front you can have all your gemstones. So if you're going to someone's house for a bridal commission, to make it special, you take all your sample pieces of chainmail, and also then all the colours of pearls, or say that you do, so that people can then say, I'd like those pearls with this chainmail weave, and it's all there, and all you have to do is just fold it up and put it back into your bag, and it's all there ready for you.
Love it. And like I said, here, what you can't see on the shoulders is there's a little area, because you can actually get inside her as well. Can you see that?
You can make Amelia wear it.
Amelia, you could probably fit in this. I won't actually make you do it, obviously. It's just you're petite, but you could actually put things in the centre. And the reason why I'm showing that is you can actually put your a sort of. You can fit in there because you're only diddy. It's a little party dress. So you can put your coat hangers on there, so it will actually hang up. I love these. I want to get one of these.
Great for going on holiday as well.
Perfect for going on holiday as well, absolutely. Yeah. It is substantial. We all need storage solutions. I haven't seen this previously before. Now it should be really $5.95. Lowest price, not $5.95. I mean, that's a lot of storage. I don't think, I mean, that's a lot of those plastic boxes.
Yep. Wow.
I need to get one of these. I really, really need to get one of these because I have got in the spare room, in our dressing room, bits of jewellery dotted around the house, and I forget what I've got. Yeah. And it's probably pieces that I've never ever, I haven't worn in years.
Yeah, that's it.
Whereas this, I'd see it.
Yeah, earrings in there. Like I say, if you've got an outfit on and you want to know where those earrings are or necklaces, you can see straight away.
Straight away, and perfect for all of your displays. Yeah. Imagine these sort of hung up in the back of a craft fair.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes where we don't make the use of the back wall or something like that, then you can use these. And the fact that they're not just hanging from one location, you can hang them from different areas with the Velcro straps. I can't believe they're $2.95. That's fabulous.
But they're great for gents as well. Ties, cufflinks.
Good point.
That kind of thing as well. So they're not just for jewellery designers.
No, absolutely.
They can be for, like your toiletries, everything. I'd be getting quite a few of those and
me.
Having them around the house.
And you can roll it up, couldn't you? There's nothing stop. Well, this has been folded. This one's been folded up like so. I mean, if you've got things in there, then you probably wouldn't want to fold just in case. I would personally go for the old roll.
Yeah.
And tie it together. Love it, absolutely love these. Loads of you there. What a really, really effective storage technique. I'm just thinking, coat hanger, couple of coat hangers, you've got those back to back, and you've got gemstones on, gemstones or jewellery on one side and on the other. Multiple storage, love it, well done. Our Kimbo is really suffering today. Get well soon, Kimbo. She is properly lurgied. She said, the worse she feels today, the better she'll be tomorrow. I hope you're better tomorrow, lovely. Hope you are better. Okay, jump rings. Oh, these are beautiful jump rings. There are only 80 of these, 100 pieces, and they are the 9mm. You were demonstrating with the 9mm earlier on, weren't you, Fleur?
Yep, the square profile ones had some 9mm.
Oh. Look at these, like they're going to fly. We've only got 80, that's why I'm giving you the quantity. Pop some on the actual on the actual tweezers so you can see. Buttery yellow gold. 0800 644 655. Straight away, lots of you on those phone lines. A 9mm gauge, use it a lot in chainmail?
Yeah, a lot. So they're great for your Helm weave as the large rings, great for your large rings and then all the Japanese weaves. They would work absolutely perfect because they've got exactly the same jump rings but a different size in the next kit. So for the next kit, they're a perfect add-on. But no, they're a fabulous size. They open up about between 100 and 200 weaves, depending on how you use them in the chainmail world.
Lovely, and like I said, you could easily replicate that bracelet that you was talking about earlier on with the bigger link. We don't see the yellow gold though every single day. Sterling silver, yeah, I've brought you those a couple of times. Not in the yellow gold. Straight away we've got Donna, Yvonne, Elizabeth, Georgina, Angela, Barbara, Ellen. Hello to you and a very good morning. Happy Christmas. If you're on those phone lines, do get involved. Do stay where you are. It's a busy morning for us here at Jewellery Maker. Lots of you tuning in, hopefully feeling very happy and festive. Keep those messages coming in. We'd like to hear from you. Should be $6.95. Lowest price point coming your way. Not $6.95 for all of those jump rings. I mean, you don't 2 packs and you've got a really big statement necklace piece. $4.95. Now there are 80. That's it. Sorry, 82. Did you say? 82 specifically, that's how many we've got available. Once they're gone, they're gone. Many of you choosing to multi-buy. And I know, Fleur, if you were watching it, did I just see you go, I would?
Yeah, I would. I would definitely be buying a lot of packs, because especially if you want like that Helm flower that we've just done, you want to do a whole necklace or a whole bracelet. And you can use these with a square profile as well. So these would look beautiful in conjunction with the first kit with a smaller 7mm.
Yes.
With a square profile as the small rings holding it all together. And then these as the floating rings and the large. So your two-tone colours. You will always need this size. Again, when you've got the large lobster claw clasp that we've just done, you need a larger jump ring to hold it all together as well. Mixed metals are everywhere.
It's really on trend, isn't it? And it's one of my favourite looks. I mean, it's sort of Russian style wedding bands, but also sort of Cartier, Chanel do a lot of the sort of trio of tones, the rose, the white, and also the yellow gold. Have you got a preferred colour? I'm a yellow gold girl.
I'm a silver girl, but if I was to put two colours together, I'm yellow gold and rose gold. I like the two golds together.
Yeah, it does look lovely. It does look lovely. I don't get me wrong, I wear all the different colours, but I think it's really warming. Yeah. It really warms your gemstones up, if you are thinking about using with gemstones. Loads of you there. Hello and a very good morning. Patricia, Jacqueline, Margaret in Channel Islands, Diane, Veronica, Christine. Now, we did say about those two tones. Shall I bring you the silver version of those? If you're on the phone lines, do stay where you are, because add these to your order. I tell you what, I'm so clumsy recently. I can't physically, my hand-eye coordination is not good at the best of times, but there we go. There we go, there we go. Box number what, sorry? Oh, I was hiding them in my storage. That's what it is. So, combination, mix the two. Would be lovely, wouldn't it?
And the weave that we're going to do next, in the next demo, both weaves you can use this size for as well.
There we go. What's that, the weave you're demoing next?
We're going to do half Persian 3-in-1. I've had a couple of people who want me to go through it again. So we're going to do half Persian 3-in-1 and the box weave. And a box weave, so you can use this diameter in both of those different weaves. Beautiful quality. You can see the quality in of our jump rings, and I know those. I've had messages come to me. It's quite funny actually. Private messages say a jump ring's a jump ring, and you know, Elle, you get so excited about the most basic. But you can create the most amazing looks with just a simple jump ring. Absolutely, I totally agree. And one of the most professional. I was quoting you yesterday actually, Fleur. No. Got to forgive Kim though, because she's poorly. She is. That's an amazing prize. We can't. Listen, I'd never have a go at Kim because she's a ninja and she's my friend. She's my friend. She sounds so weak and pathetic today. You poor little love, Kim. I hate a cold, and I always sympathise with people when they've got the lurgy because it's rubbish. It is. It's one of the worst things. I know there's horrible diseases out there, but when you've got a cold, you just feel... You beat yourself up because you think, it's only a cold, so I've got to carry on, but you do feel dreadful. You do, don't you? Yeah, you do beat yourself up. I thought earlier, Laura Binding, what a trooper the other day. She just muscled through. She didn't complain once. If that was me, I'd have been, oh. But she's giving it to me now. Has she? Yes. Oh, tons of you there. Yeah, exactly. You've got to make allowances for Kim. She's poorly today, but my goodness, great for you at the moment because of the deals that you're getting. Now, we have got Star Buy coming your way, beautiful opportunity and tons of opportunities throughout the course of the morning. Don't forget designer inspiration coming up next. So if you love your chainmail or maybe you're thinking about getting involved in chainmail, starting this wonderful medium, then you have tuned in to the right lady. Fleur is coming up very shortly. But we've got bundles, we've got tools, we've got new ins, and I have also got rings coming up after the break. Now, sorry about that slight delay.
lots of excitement for these already. They're your silver plated, twisted, adjustable rings, and they just bring you enormous amounts of luster. Excuse me. Silver is the most lustrous of your precious metal, but adding that swirl, adding that detailing or ridges or, I don't know, brushed effect can create a beautiful, beautiful effect. As the light captures, same as with your facets, if you like, of surface luster of gemstones, as the light catches those angles or curves, then you will see a liquid-like beauty. I often refer to high-end quality luster, so you can see the finish, can't you? There's a big difference between one piece of jewellery and another. The polish, the finish is absolutely crucial and imperative, but when you're actually looking at the performance of light across the surface like this, I straight away think high end, because it glides. It's like a river of silver. You can imagine that movement, can't you? And the slightest of movement will actually bring you that. Now, these are a wonderful star buy. They are adjustable. We were saying earlier on, Fleur, that you can actually use them as sort of bracelets as well, so you can extend them out, and I'll try and do it with my actual hands. You can do it like so. So if you wanted to, don't extend them like this, because you can see, unless you want it to stay like that, to adjust, simply squeeze it back together or stretch it out like so. Now, what are these little rings, these little jump rings which are attached on the front? So you can attach various different gemstones or chainmail even.
Yeah, you could chainmail from them. You could make those beautiful hand adornments, so the ring and bracelet combinations with chainmail, because you've got those rings there to attach them onto. But you can weave with your monofilament and your seed beads or your 4mm beads, weave in and out of them to create like a big cocktail clustering as well. Absolutely. I love these. They're all the adjustable rings. These are my favourites. These are my favourites. I think they're so beautiful, but you can use them as connectors as well. So you don't have to use them as rings.
That's a good point, actually.
I've used something similar in the next kit.
It's a really good point. Yeah, just leaving them like so in their circular collection like this. Just attach some big chains.
Yeah, just collarbone to collarbone. You've got 3 then that you could attach to.
Absolutely. You can see they join perfectly. If you wanted to make these smaller, I like how they wrap over themselves, and that's quite a high-end design, isn't it? So I call it the kissing gates kind of design. Straight away, lots of you getting involved. I'm not surprised. I love these as the actual extendable rings, just because sometimes when you see extendable rings elsewhere, and they've got almost like teeth, and they kind of go at the back on the underside, so on this part of the hand, they're like teeth and they go like this. I think they're really ugly, controversial. I do.
It spins round, yeah.
I think they're quite ugly like that when you've got the teeth. Do you agree with me? It looks a little bit too mechanical, where you've got you don't need the multiple teeth. No. I don't get why they do it. Just have 2 wonderful pieces of precious metal that surpass one another. I think that's all you need. And I think that if you keep it like so, like I would wear this.
That way around, yeah.
Like this. That's lovely, isn't it? If you go into any jewellers, you'll actually see that crossover design. I call it a kissing gate design just because I think it is. Could you cut those loops off if you wanted to wear it as a ring like this?
You could do. What you may find when you cut them off is that you may find that you see the copper underneath. Yeah. So, but you could have a go. You know, there's nothing to stop you cutting them off and then say putting some F colour over it to colour that section there if the copper does come through,
or even wrapping some bare copper around it,
or wrap some silkstone.
Use the rivets.
Yeah, you can, because you've got lots of gripping points there as well for the wire to sit into, so you can wire wrap around these as well.
Love it. You're getting 10 in a pack, and straight away lots of you are there. You've got the 3 loops. You can create fabulous movement, very chopard. Should be £5.95. Christmas Eve, don't forget, we're all about the Christmas deal. This is our secret Santa to you. 0800 644 655 is the free phone telephone number to get involved. I mean, it's so easy to thread on a simple wrap loop, lots of gemstones, lots of different rondelles, maybe some of your sapphires that are coming up a little bit later on, and create a fantastic display. £3.95 for 10 rings.
Do you know, for that price, I would chop those loops off of one and see what it looked like underneath.
Yeah,
at that
why
price
not?
You could, yeah.
What? It's costing you 39 pence for one ring.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
39 pence for one ring. Yeah, I mean, you think about what's coming up a little bit later on. We've got Tanzanite rondelles, we've got sapphire rondelles, we've got beautiful gemstones, which all you do is a simple wrap loop, attach them, and you've got a fabulous cascade, haven't you?
Yeah, and then you, or like so, you can sew them around to create more of a like a cocktail style ring.
Yeah.
So you can have like a clustering.
Love it. I mean, they could be earrings if you attach them to shepherd hooks. You were talking about bag charms earlier on with those big jumbo size lobster claws. These would be amazing for that. A very good morning and welcome to you all. Happy Christmas. Kathy, Pauline, Tony, Christine, Elaine, Merseyside, Sylvia, Catherine, Duncan, Angela, Jane, Margaret, Lillian. You're lovely to be with you. Still got quantity there, but you will need to check out as soon as you possibly can. At that price point, they're going to fly. That's literally 39 pence each. What can you get for 39p?
Nothing. Nothing.
I don't think you can get a whole lot, can you? You can't get a chocolate bar. No, you can't.
You can get one of my favourite chewy bars with that popping candy on top of it.
Oh, I remember those.
The pink ones.
The one which are like Shazam.
Yes.
And Bam.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're
I love
fun,
them as well.
And if you put them in the fridge, they're even better.
Oh my God. Love those. Old school.
Our local shop sells them.
Old school. Where did I see the other day? They had a box of those, like a big box of those sweets. Amazing. Leave that with you. Congratulations. Stay where you are on those phone lines. Moving on to... Is it all these colours here? Is it all these Christmassy colours? Well, not just Christmassy colours. I'd use them any time of the year. Our poor Kimbo. I want to go and give her a big cuddle. Poor Kimbo. Look at these. They're stunning. Your Eslon. Arguably the most popular of our threading materials that we bring you here at Jewellery Maker. Fleur is nodding profusely to my right. You agree?
Yep, definitely.
It's lovely quality, isn't it?
It's really lovely quality.
And it can be separated. So this is your 0.4 or 0.4. So you can separate it if it didn't actually go through. See if I can actually do that right there. If it didn't actually go through your wire, your gemstones rather. You've got the colour combination, which I love. So we were talking about those trio of tones.
Yeah.
You've got that down there, haven't you?
Yeah.
And then that rich ruby red and emerald green. You are getting all five. Conversations that I've had in the past tells me that usually if you were to order Eslon, obviously you've got the postage prices individually. Tend to have to source it from different locations, and certainly Sarah Elvin was saying to me that she could pay up to £10 with the postage for just one reel.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot more, you know, that kind of price with the postage. Like you say, you've got to choose one colour then. Or...
Yeah, absolutely. You don't get the opportunity of 5. And of course, then a JM bundle price point. There's 70 metres on each of those spools, so they are going to go a long, 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 long way. Feeling festive, but you know what? I would use that with some yellow. That would be amazing for the spring. Very daffodils and the red. What would you use that with?
I would. Oh no, I'd always use the red first anyway, because red's my favourite colour. I would use that for every gemstone. I'd use it in the kit that's coming up next.
That's true. It'll look amazing with the kit that's coming up next. 350 metres in total of your Eslon. If you love macrame, if you love your kumihimo, if you love beading, if you love wish bracelets.
Yeah, wish bracelets, anything that you, because although this Eslon, it looks quite thin there, you can put multiple strands of it together. So I'm very, very basic in macrame and kumihimo, but you know, if you talk to Mark and Prue, they'll put like 10 strands together and then use that. You can plait with it as well, just simple plaiting.
And it really looks effective when you do combine those colours together. You know, it's a bit like mixing paints, I suppose. If you put, and again, if you're not familiar with what colours go with what and what makes different colours, just that combination, that contrast, and when you actually get up close, then you can actually see that it is like a fine weave. Love it, absolutely adore it. So you have got your copper, your gold, your green, your Shanghai red, and your silver. Love that. Coming your way at, what did you just say, Kim? Now, I did mention the fact that one of these, not just one guest designer, many guest designers have said, yeah, with postage, you could pay that for just one. £9.95 for 5. So it's like £2 each.
And a really usable width as well, so you can knot your pearls with this.
Absolutely.
Or knot your gemstones. It doesn't have to be pearls, it can be any gemstone. Not with it as well. You know, it's
fabulous stuff. It
Now
really
we've got
is.
pearls coming up late in the next kit, and I'm thinking just maybe knotting with the red or whichever colour, and having that knotted detail between the white pearls would just look stunning.
I knotted Hannah Oxbury strand of pearls with bright red.
Love
'Cause
that.
that's what I love doing. I love contrasting the two colours together.
Love
so I'll
that.
have classic and contemporary together.
I bet she wears it all the time as well. I bet that'd be absolutely fabulous together. And again, the green, I love green, so yeah, see, we'll have these ones, shall we, Fleur?
Yes, we'll have
those ones. See, I'm a green girl and you're a red girl, so those two colours are absolutely perfect. And that, I love them all. They're all amazing. 38 remaining, 36. Look at that quantity, absolutely plummet for £10 only, £9.95 more specifically. You can get 5 spools, and like Fleur says, it's the thinner gauge, so 0.4 millimetre, but they do actually separate, so you can even take them down to 0.2. Leave that with you because it is going to go. Congratulations. Moving on. Oh, really? Gosh, I haven't seen blue lace agate in ages. This is so beautiful. It reminds me of kind of like, well, it actually reminds me of my grandmother. It does. I don't know why, especially. It's that baby powder blue, which is one of the colours of the Pantone chart for 2016. I don't know, it's kind of like a Chantilly lace. I think it was, and you don't hear of this brand anymore. Do you remember Yardley?
Yep. Yeah.
They had a perfume, didn't they, called
they
Chantilly
did.
or something like that?
They did.
Something like that, didn't they? And I think the branding, the packaging was, maybe that's why it reminds me of my grandmother. I don't know. I can't really remember, can't pinpoint it. But blue lace agate is most definitely one of the most expensive of your agate families. There's a very delicate pastel pale blue. It's not like Aquamarine. It's not like Larimar.
It's angelic, isn't it?
It is
More
angelic.
blue.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really nice way of describing it. Yeah, it's not included. You will have a definite crispness of that colour and tone. Just wonderful. Look at this. Under magnification, you can see there's often banding through there, but the banding is definitely a positive, showing how the gemstone actually forms. You're getting 3 double strands, 150 carats on each of those, from 2x1 up to 9x2 millimetre, and there is just under a metre on each of those lengths. I haven't seen blue lace agate in I don't know how long, and again, this with the kit that's coming up next would be absolutely amazing. This with the garnet and the pearls.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I would just literally memory wire this.
Yeah, that's what I would do, or maybe a nice tree of life as well, because you've got so much of it there. You could do multiple projects.
That would be absolutely stunning. If you're good at wire working and maybe your wire work structures, I don't know why this has just come to me, and I don't know, Alison, if you're watching right now, I'm just picturing a lady, sort of like a Victorian style lady with one of her lace brollies. Yeah. And then sort of pinched in at the waist, and then the skirt.
Crinoline, yeah.
Yeah, the skirt, a bit like those figurines that you get, actually being these gorgeous gemstones. That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
And Claire's ballet dancers, when you remember Claire's ballet dancer, when she uses Tanzanite, you could use blue lace agate for that.
That would be incredible. It's an angelic gemstone, I totally agree. I'm usually very, very expensive because it is some of the most sought after in the industry. If you love your baby blues, if you love your baby pinks, you'll be encouraged to know that next year they are the Pantone colours. So I personally I'm assuming that you're going to see lots of pastel colours, which I love. It's right up my street. If you like your beryls, then this with beryl would be incredible.
Yeah, with some morganite. Or aquamarine or helidor, yeah. All
of the above would just be stunning. Of course, Christmas deals coming your way. We are busy this morning. There's lots of you getting involved. Now, let's bring that price tag in for you. Wow. It's going where? For blue lace agate? We're not in clearance anymore, Kim. Just a couple of maybe rose quartz in there, and
yeah, that'd be beautiful. Or the Tanzanite.
Oh yes. Now you're talking, Fleur. It's coming up at 10 o'clock today. Look at that for a combination. That's amazing.
Like a christening bracelet. That'd be a beautiful christening bracelet or necklace.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be little boy. When we say christening, And you know, this is the gemstone, or Tanzanite is the gemstone of new birth. So yeah, that would be amazing, wouldn't it, as a christening bracelet? Stunning. This is coming up at 10 o'clock, the Tanzanite. Grab your blue lace agate when you can, because it's not on our screens every single day. I really want to see a sort of figurine.
Yeah, Alison needs to make that.
I'd love to see a figurine, you know, like a waisted lady.
Yeah.
With one of those Victorian style dresses.
Yeah, just a lovely crinoline lady with her umbrella.
With her umbrella, yeah.
And a little dog.
And a little
dog.
pooch.
Yeah, little dog. Or an ice skater, you know, when they used to go out with a little hand warmers.
Oh, what advert is there one of those on? Where there's a little ice skater and she's got, they call them muffs, don't they?
Yeah.
They do. It always makes me laugh, but yeah, they got those little, and she's got the fur trim on. There's an advert with that on. Loads of you getting involved. Mari, Antoinette, hello to you, Gillian, Isabel, Cheryl, Diane, Beverly. I've got to move on. Congratulations. So you can just see it falling across my hand. You can see that it would make a lovely train of a skirt or something like that. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Ooh. I bought a charm yesterday. Oh, I love this one. This one's stunning. Solid sterling silver. You know, as you imagine your cherubs, you know those little cherubs there where there's usually a couple of them, and they're on a heart, and they're usually doing this, aren't they? That's what this charm is doing. Who likes cherubs? You were a cherub in the school nativity. Oh, you were the angel Gabriel. Who watched the other day, sorry to sidetrack, who watched the other day A Secret Life of Children at Christmas?
It's amazingly funny.
I love that programme. It is so funny. Can I just say, that little lad Cuba talking about why girls...
Oh, that was hilarious.
Why girls have babies and not boys was just... I was creasing. It was the hand actions, crawls out the winky. It was the most adorable thing ever. So adorable. And it wasn't Angel Gabriel. It was something like, I'm the...
Angel Nigel, he said.
I'm Angel Nigel. It was the funniest thing ever.
When the little one got really upset, she didn't want to go on, and her friend, he came and gave her a hug and said it was okay and that she could do it. I thought that was so sweet. It melted your heart, that one.
It does.
Yeah.
I just love that programme. If you've not seen it, it's called A Secret Life. It's usually a secret life of a 6-year-old or a 5-year-old or something like that. This was about Christmas, and it was all about the nativity, and there's inevitably someone in the class, one of the little ones, which is naughty, really, really naughty, and that was Cuba, really, wasn't it? But he was so cute. It was adorable. Anyway, yeah, the little cherubs that they were. Back to our cherubs here. So maybe you've just had a little cherub. Maybe you know someone who's about to have a little cherub. Maybe you just like your angels or your guardian angels. Then this charm will absolutely... oh, am I holding it the wrong way? Sorry. You can see the stamp there, though. I'm glad it's not a bad thing that I held it that way first. 37 round brilliant cut faceted topaz. So a round brilliant cut gemstone has got 57 or 58 facets, so it'll tell you the sparkle, the amount of brilliance. Why have we chosen topaz rather than diamonds? Well, I'll tell you why. Because in this size, a diamond would not be able to have that many facets. It would be a single cut. A round brilliant cut can actually warrant those facets, so you want it to have all that gorgeous sparkle. I love that angel-like stance. I love that position, the way she's she's almost pensive, isn't she?
I got an angel on my bracelet, and it's nowhere near as nice as that one.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Beautiful.
How much would you pay for charms usually? I want to get this. I bought myself a charm yesterday, but I want to get another one. I want to get this one. It's lovely, isn't it? Have you got a guardian angel? I'm trying not to get sentimental now, but I'm just thinking this would be, maybe you've got someone up in heaven that you think of. And every time that you look at this charm, then you're going to think, ah. I mean, there's always going to be a reason, I think, to look at this, and it's thought-provoking, isn't it?
It is. That's why we wear jewellery, isn't it?
Absolutely.
We wear jewellery because it's special to us.
Absolutely. I mean, one of our my Tom, his godmother, bless her, she's just had a terrible time and lost someone very close to her and a member of her family. So this would be a really nice gesture to give her.
Yeah,
and I know that it also wouldn't be very affordable. Solid 925 sterling silver, 19 by 13 millimetre. Now it's coming your way at not sort of 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds that many of the charm shops actually do charge. We'll bring you that same beautiful, beautiful quality. In fact, we might even surpass it at £12.95. What a lovely gift. What a lovely gift. This and just maybe a little satin pouch or something like that.
Yeah.
Really nice sentiment. Just, you know, I like just because presents.
That's it. Just because you thought of somebody.
I saw this and thought of you.
That's it. They're the best presents. And if you wanted to make that bracelet that we did in the first kit, you know, we linked all the jump rings on, be perfect just to hang off with that little bracelet.
Absolutely, I totally agree, because we've all got someone that we think of when we look at, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, past. It can also be sort of present, you know, somebody that you regard as your little angel. It could be a little cherub, whichever. Either or. Well done to you, Beverly, Susan, June, Francis, Anne, you're with me as well. Hello to you, Angela, London, Fiona and Claire in West Midlands. Lots of you getting involved. Even if you're thinking, well, I know Christmas, you know, we're not going to be able to get this to you by tomorrow morning, but maybe you're seeing somebody a little bit later on in the new year, or you have, like I said, a christening coming up, or a wedding, or a birthday, or just because that springs to mind. Somebody that you think, oh yeah, they'd love that. That's what I think of when I see this.
That to me as well is a little present, like you say, if someone's feeling down, it's in a price bracket that you could, it's a bottle of wine or a box of chocolates, isn't it? Whereas this will last. So you can have them in your little stash, and just when somebody, one of your friends or someone close to you needs that little help or a little present just to pick them up, this would be perfect.
And that means the world.
It does.
I think it really does mean the world. Yeah. My two best friends down in Wales sent me a bunch of flowers the other day after my two doggies. I lost two of my doggies. So it was a bit of a rubbish couple of weeks for me, and they sent me some flowers, and I was like, that is so lovely. Just nice to know that they're thinking of me, and it's just a little gesture. So lovely. Yeah, I agree. There's not enough love in the world sometimes. There's not enough love in the world. Lovely. Well done to every single one of you. Sorry, what was that, Kimbo? Oh, yeah. I can see it. Now, I can't remember the last time I brought the macrame board. Now, all of our guest designers demo with it on a daily basis. Daily basis, don't you? So you see this on our desk, or you see this on our desk. It's not specific, it is macrame, but you can also use it for various different techniques and mediums. So we actually commissioned this. It's kind of like a dense foam.
Yeah, it's like a memory foam.
A memory foam.
Self-healing foam.
There we go. You can attach your cords and threads to all of the different, what look like slices, I suppose. They actually slot through there. You've also got the different measurements. Yes, it's macrame. Yes, you can do all of your wonderful macrame weaves with this that we've got numerous DVDs for. This is the larger size. I'm right in saying that, aren't I? But also, it's great for all of your jewellery making because you can pin onto it, which is something you see on a daily basis here at Jewellery Maker. You certainly do that, don't you?
I do all my pearl knotting on this because I pearl knot with an awl. So I do all my pearl knotting with this because I can push the awl into this mat, and because it's self-healing, it doesn't mark it, it doesn't ruin it. If you're selling your jewellery or you're going to an exhibition, you can hang all your chains with your pendants on this because it's pure white background. It looks fabulous.
That's a really good point, actually.
Everything reflects back. So when you're doing your stalls, we tend to just have black and white because it can alter the look of a gemstone. But for this, you could have all your chains and all your pendants. Yeah,
this is what Fleur is talking about. So literally just suspend all your chains like so.
Yeah, and just pop it on the back of you can rest it up against one of your necklace busts or something like that.
Absolutely. Or maybe one of those plate displays, you know the ones?
Yeah, because I mean, how many necklaces could you get on there? If you put it the other way round, you could get a lot of necklaces on there.
Put it that way, absolutely. Gosh, tons, at least 20, couldn't you?
Yeah.
At least 20 across there.
So if you had 20 necklace busts, then that's taking a lot of your room up, and that's going to take very little.
What you're looking at there is just the plastic ceiling, which obviously protects it, but and they do wipe clean as well.
Yeah,
so that's what we do on a daily basis, is just wipe ours clean.
Mark uses the other side all the time for measurements. And he always, when he's macrame, and he'll say, I'm macrame for 3 squares. and then he knows that it's equal on both sides and all his piece will be uniform.
Which I do think you need to do.
Yeah.
We've kind of got the beading boards where you can do your measurements, and you do need to have something to refer to, otherwise it's nothing worse than having something which is a little bit skew-if. I haven't brought you the macrame board in any size and I don't know how long. Always one of our biggest sellers. I can remember the launch clear as day. I mean, it was just probably one of the biggest launches in the history of Jewellery Maker, and it is invaluable. I know, like I said, it's specifically your macrame, which is a very historic way of knotting, has been around for centuries, isn't it? Yeah. But also the fact that it is such a useful product in all of your jewellery making. 39 by 29 centimetres, so it is the big sizable board itself. Bring your price tag in because there's already lots of you there. Very busy, very, very, very busy this Christmas Eve. $9.95. I mean, how many tools could you get for, I don't know, certain hobbies out there for £10? And it still be able to last and last and last and last and last. And yeah, you will probably want to change this at a later date.
Because it depends on the mediums that you're using it with. I tend to have one for wire and then one for your Eslons, because like with your Kumihimo boards, they will widen. Yeah. And Mark always says he has one for wire, thicker gauges of wire, so a couple of these, absolutely perfect. But to get somebody started in macrame with the Eslon cords and that, that's a really, and you don't need any tools. And then the glue that we had earlier. Just those three things, and you can set somebody up doing macrame friendship bracelets.
For £20.
£20.
£20, that is literally all they need, isn't it? If you want to throw a DVD in there, £25. Have a little look on our web. Fabulous. Fabulous. Well done to you. Got to move on. Stay on those phone lines. We were talking about this colour. What was I talking about? Oh, the blue lace agate. It would look incredible with a blue lace agate. The quality of this citrine. Citrine, a member of the quartz family, the more golden, the more valuable. If it's good enough for our future queen, then it's good enough for me. It's one of her favourite gemstones, especially to wear in the ear. She sort of suspends them so you can see all of that wonderful internal brilliance and colour. It's a rich, honey, sweet gemstone. Myth and legend tells us that if you, it's believed to bring the wearer prosperity and wealth. So this gemstone has got strength in terms of its myth and legend. If you don't agree with that or you don't believe in all of that, that's absolutely fine. But I personally absolutely love the sentiment behind all of those things. I mean, it couldn't be any more golden, any more buttercup yellow. Sometimes, have you ever noticed that citrine can be a little bit wishy-washy? It's still beautiful, don't get me wrong, and there's a time and a place for that lemony hue, but ultimately it aspires to be an intense buttercup yellow. I love this strand.
Citrine is, for me, it's my second favourite gemstone.
Really?
Citrine, it's labradorite, citrine, peridot. Jade is like my all-time, but we hardly ever see it. So
you don't count it?
I don't count it, no, because we hardly ever see it. But for me, citrine, it's the gemstone of craft sellers, of crafts.
Yeah.
They always say if you have a piece in your purse, you'll always have a penny in your purse.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true or not, but
yeah, it's very positive, the messages that come from.
It makes you smile, this gem, so it's a very happy gemstone.
Absolutely, I think that's a beautiful combination, don't you?
Yeah.
With the Tanzanite, which is coming up at the top of the hour, so not long to wait. Haven't seen citrine of this quality in I don't know how long. I've had it in nuggets. Had it in nuggets a few weeks back, I think, and this is the first time I've seen it in the Rondells. They're 6x4 millimetres. Yeah, just a couple of those on some on a yellow gold sterling silver head pin.
Yeah. When you first got it, I thought it was the honey amber.
It does look like amber.
It looks like the amber.
And Kim said exactly the same. The quality is so good that it does actually look like the amber.
It does.
Imagine this with the amber cabochon.
Yeah.
Did you? Claire thought it was amber as well when she was recording it. The quality is really, really amazing. Pauline, Beverly, Joanne, Wendy, Cheryl, West Midlands, Louisiana, Marie, Janet, Julie, you're with me as well. Now, we haven't got many of these available. It's limited, so bring that price tag in. Web bid is already checking out and telephone bid is already there. Wow, $7.95. That's an incredible deal.
It is. Isn't it? And I love the fact that they haven't any facets on them, so they look like drops of honey. They
Yeah, they
just
do.
look beautiful. I know on your skin tone, it's very, very complimentary. It's a really complimentary because it just glows.
It does.
It's just beautiful. I just absolutely love this gemstone.
I do as well. It's uplifting, it's
Yeah.
cheerful, it's happiness inducing. There's only positive messages that are sort of conveyed, or I should say messages, myth and legends associated to your citrine. Well done to every single one of you that has been successful. It's probably going to be a sellout. Congratulations to you. Okay, we've got a text message coming in from Pauline in East Riding in Yorkshire. A very good morning to you, Pauline. She says, I made a Tanzanite citrine nugget bracelet last year and it glows. It gets positive comments whenever I wear it. I bet it does, because yellow and blue is a lovely combination. It warms the blue, doesn't it? Actually warms it up, because sometimes blue can look a little bit cold.
Yeah, well, it is one of the colder colour tones, isn't it? Yeah, no, it does. It warms it up because it puts that beautiful glow next to it.
Yeah, I love Tanzanite with yellow gold, personally. I love that combination. But yeah, if you wanted to use that same combination in your gemstones, then it would obviously be citrine for me. Very busy on that. Very, very, very busy. I'm not surprised. Thank you for your text message, by the way. Lovely to hear from you this morning. Moving on, because we have got your star buy coming up. I've been teasing you with that wonderful star buy of Tanzanite. Again, what I adore about this is the fact they are big, individual solitaires, the fact that they are non-faceted to a degree, I suppose, where you haven't got any facets or briolets or rondelles. It's all about the beauty of that colour. Many gemstones would actually look, I suppose, many gemstones would not be able to carry the weight that this strand is going to, being left so simply actually non-cut, I suppose. Gosh, poorly worded sentence, but you know what I mean. The quality of this Tanzanite, given the fact that it hasn't been faceted, you can see that intensity of colour, and that's what all the focus is about. So the genius lapidus who took hold of this opportunity said, no, the quality of this Tanzanite needs no addition, doesn't need any of my help whatsoever. It's coming up in a star buy. Now listen, Christmas Eve, going to be a big opportunity. It's going to be a big price point for you to get involved. Happy Christmas to you all. Tanzanite is up after this.
Did you know that if you go to jewellerymaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you'll receive 10% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
To wish you a very happy Christmas. Eat, drink and be merry, and wishing you a very happy new year as well.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, But being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker. Tanzanite is truly spectacular. This precious gemstone is only found in one location in the world, Tanzania, Africa. Claimed to be 1,000 times rarer than diamonds, Tanzanite is the blue variety of zoisite. Tanzanite is extremely popular due to its trichroic nature, which means that 3 different colours can be seen when looking at the gem from different angles. In Tanzanite's case, these colours are blue, pinkish violet and yellow.
Welcome back, Jewellery Makers. Lovely to have your company this Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas, one and all. I hope you spend the holiday season, the festivities, of course, smiling and being generally merry. Maybe the ultimate way to put that cherry on the cake would be to know that you have got a stunning strand of Tanzanite coming in your direction. The only gemstone which has made it into, well, what is now the Big 5. New year, don't forget, 2016, this is the gemstone of new beginnings, so maybe 2015 hasn't treated you as you'd have liked it, and you're hoping that 2016 is going to be very positive for you. Then start it off with this beautiful strand, maybe create yourself something which is very, very, very symbolic. I love that idea, Fleur.
I just imagine everybody that's watching now is sit there adorned in the most expensive gemstones and jewellery because they've made themselves.
Yeah.
Out of, like Tanzanite. Imagine everybody watching's got Tanzanite jewellery.
I love that image. I think we should all get together and all wear our Tanzanite. Yeah. All wear our Tanzanite. Because the reality is, and I'm never too proud to admit this, if it was not for Jewellery Maker, I would not have Tanzanite in my collection. Because I simply haven't got the budget to be able to splash out 4 figures and then some for this gemstone. I haven't. So I'm never too proud to admit that it's down to Jewellery Maker. I would not own Tanzanite otherwise. And I've had some of my pieces valued. I'm lucky. I've got a lot of connections in the industry. I used to work in a lot of jewellers, so I can get valuations done. I've done it with my Tanzanite that I've bought directly from this very, very company, and believe me, they have come back I'm not talking 4 times the price tag, 5 times the price tag. I'm talking 10 times the price tag in many cases. I'm over the moon. Now, I'm not qualified to say, oh, this is valued at X. That's why I take it to someone. However, every bone in my body tells me that the Christmas Eve deal that you're about to see is no reflection of the true value or worth. What drives the value of Tanzanite? Is it intense in its blue? Does it have that intensity of vanadium presence to bring that violet tone? Has it got amazing brilliance? Has it got internal clarity? Has it got triachroism, of course, a gemstone which can bring you different colours from different angles? It wouldn't be in my life, my family's life, if it wasn't for this gemstone. My dad, here, I'll tell you a quick story, and I'm sure they won't mind me telling this. Hello, mum and dad, by the way. Can't wait to see you later. If you're watching right now, oh, look how excited I am. I can't wait to see mum and dad today. They're coming up later on. My daddy, bless him, bought my mum, and I hope you don't mind me telling everybody this, Dad, bought my mum a Tanzanite and diamond ring from what was obviously our sister channels, sourced it. I actually managed to get it from the shop, so got it through, Wendy wasn't with us then, but anyway, totally digress. Bought myself mum one of these, an amazing quality solitaire, and it did have diamonds either side. He paid, close your ears, mum, £350. It's okay, it was a big investment. It was a big investment. Valued £5,500. I hope my mum's just closed it. She probably knows the valuation, but £350 valuation of £5,500. So what does that tell you? What does that? That's why I get really, really excited when I can bring you such an opportunity. Loads of you there. Well done. Have we got quantity of these, Kimbo? Okay, we've managed to secure, this is one of the biggest auctions of the month. Bear in mind we've had the biggest clearance event in the history of Jewellery Maker. One of the biggest auctions of the month. We've got we had over 300 of these, which means we can really squeeze the price point down. I love the idea of new year, new beginnings. So maybe you've had a fantastic year. 2015 has been an amazing year for me. Maybe the past couple of weeks, you know, with my woggles, it's been a bit rough, but I have had a lovely year. I've met the love of my life. So I think this gemstone is very, very significant and positive. We were talking about citrine being positive. Maybe 2015 has just been shocking, rubbish, you know? Yeah. Then start 2016 just with something in your heart that you can go, yeah, it's going to be good.
That's it. Yeah.
Do you believe in PMA, Fleur?
I do. I do
positive mental attitude, everybody that's watching that doesn't know.
I'm a very positive person anyway. Out of the most horrendous, tragic, I will see the positive.
Yes.
You have to. For me personally, I have to.
Yeah.
I have to be the strong one in my family.
I agree. Some people can do that a lot easier than other people.
Yeah.
Some people are naturally, well, hang on a minute, this has happened for a reason or something like that. Yeah. But sometimes we need reminding of how to do that, especially if sometimes we're particularly tough. I don't want to get too deep and I don't want to get too heavy, I suppose, but what I'm trying to say is the gemstone of new beginnings that Tanzanite it's the only gemstone which has made what is now the big 5, and of course we know of the price tag. So I wanted to talk about something a little bit different than the obvious, because I know you all know your Tanzanite. I know you know this is a gemstone which has increased by 500%. I know you know that it's going to deplete in the foreseeable future. So I was thinking new beginnings, new year.
Yeah, and I think this gemstone will be our new memory gemstone, because when my mum had her engagement ring, it wasn't around. She had a sapphire. Yeah. Whereas now a lot of people now are getting Tanzanites and that as their engagement rings. So in generations to come, this will be the memory gemstone. This will be the one that, oh yeah, my mum had a Tanzanite, or we had a Tanzanite when I got engaged. Or, you know, it's that kind of, it's moving on as well. It's seeing into the future and looking back, because it wasn't there 100 years ago. You know, it is quite a new gemstone.
And can you imagine if we can, I don't know, step into the future, maybe 10, 20 years forward, where this gemstone is probably going to have depleted at that point. Can you imagine being in the future and looking back and thinking, my goodness, wow, we've got this gemstone, we own this gemstone. So few people will be able to say that in the world. In the grand scheme of things, I know here at Jewellery Maker we all think, we take it for granted, oh yeah, Tanzanite, I can get hold of Tanzanite. But we are, in terms of the global population, the minority. to put this into perspective, we are the absolute minority. Look at the quality of the Tanzanite. Look at the sheer size. Now, we're going to have to start, loads of you there, we're going to have to bring that price tag in for you. Quality. I mean, I can bring you Tanzanite at all different prices. I can bring you hundreds of pounds, 4 figures. Today, £20, pure and simply because it is a Christmas Eve opportunity. We had the massive quantity. It's one of the biggest auctions of the month, not just the day or the week. One of the biggest opportunities of the month. And there are loads of you there. I'm wondering, can you imagine everybody, all of us jewellery makers, in one room, all wearing our Tanzanite?
And that is an amazing strand if you've not got Tanzanite yet, because that has got some beautiful clarity to it and some beautiful colours coming through it as well. I mean, I can see that
standard, you know that bar. If you're buying Tanzanite and you buy this one first, that bar is right up there. Anne in Angus, hello to you. Tanzanite for a little more than a large pizza. It's amazing and I love it. Do you know what, Anne? You've just literally summed it up right there.
Yeah.
A large pizza, which inevitably, well, in our house, you waste most of it.
Yeah, it gets put in the fridge and then not eaten.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
A genuine gemstone that you're going to be able to wear for years upon years and then future generations. There's so many of you there. Many of you choosing to multi-buy as well. I just think you can think of so many different scenarios of where this would be fabulous to gift. I'm sure you're thinking of some as well. I'm thinking New Year, new beginnings. My best friend has just had a little girl, Poppy. Well, I just say just. She had her in April, but she's still to me like she's brand new. Little Poppy. So this is the gemstone that, again, Gemma, close your ears if you're watching right now. But she's getting this. She's getting this Christmas because I think it's very, very symbolic.
And when you think where this gemstone's come from as well, and how many stages it's gone through to get here now on that strand, you know, for £20, that's very little. That's what always amazes me about our gemstones. What they've gone through, they've been mined, they've been cut, they've been drilled, they've been threaded, and then we get and then we get to use them. Yeah. And all for £20.
All for £20, because these are all colour matched amazingly well as well. The consistency of colour from point A to point B, if you like, is without shadow of a doubt there. We are inundated. How are we doing on stock levels, Kimbo? Okay. Over 50% of the stock is gone and we've got over 100 in baskets, so good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. Wow, fabulous, leaving that there because you know what's coming. I'm thinking 2016 is going to be an amazing year and I'm thinking that would be an amazing strand too. Now, it's time for the gorgeous Fleur. Let's step over and see her. Fleur, I love this kit.
I love this kit.
I loved the first kit too as well. But I need to shimmy those that way for a second. Just because there's so much. I mean, this is, what's it called? Elizabethan elegance.
Well, I'm all about history, aren't
you
I?
are? You love your history?
An absolute geek of history.
No,
so for me,
nothing wrong with that. I think it's good to know your history. I think too many people rather out there don't know enough about our history. I think it's really, really important that we do. It's our heritage.
It is our heritage, especially Elizabethan.
Yeah, without doubt. Here we go. Let's show you everything that you've got. These are beautiful.
Aren't they stunning? And you can wear those just as rings as well.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Or just loop them onto a loop them onto a chain as well. They'd be stunning like so. That's stunning. Oh, and it fits. You're getting 20 of those. 20 of those, here they are. I'll tilt it forward ever so slightly so you can see all of the jump rings. And I don't want to call these jump rings because these to me are either connectors or kind of like bezel sets.
Yeah, they're fancy jump rings.
They're fancy. They're very fancy.
Because they're closed as well. They could be. They are, like you say, they're connectors.
Yeah, connectors, rings. Bezel sets, whichever. I mean, and then all of these gorgeous buttery gold jump rings that you've got here. Now, what sizes have we got in these jump rings?
They're the 7mm.
7mm gauge. So you can use this for your chainmail?
Oh yes, definitely, yeah.
So I love that bracelet that you've done there.
I love that bracelet. That was the first thing I made. I knew as soon as I saw them and I saw the title, because I get very influenced with the jewellery that I make by the title of the kit. And that is, to me, that is Elizabethan.
100%. And the earrings, I'm looking at a different angle. The earrings that you've done just next to it, which matches this bracelet here. Yeah. Have you actually created those into a bit of a pair?
No, they're just, it's just the way
it's just the angle I'm looking at.
They're looking at. And usually I do quite a few different weaves, but with this kit I've just done 2 weaves and just replicated it all over the designs because it just looks so beautiful.
Yeah, it really does. Love it. I mean, like I said, I'd wear those as rings on their own. I know the jump rings are going to absolutely fly. 7mm is a gauge that we all look for and always sells out without shadow of doubt. Now we've also got stunning gemstones, and when you think about Elizabethan as an era, what kind of gemstones would you expect? Well, of course, it's going to be pearls. Yeah, 100%. These are shell pearls. So just to reiterate, those of you that weren't with me first thing this morning, or maybe you're wondering what's the difference between a cultured pearl and a shell pearl. Basically, it's reconstituted. It's still a genuine gemstone. So you take your shell and it's ground down into a very, very fine powder, and then reconstituted, formed in a sense in that perfect round. It's everything that a cultured pearl aspires to be: sizable, spherical, smooth, reflective. That's why it's often favoured in actual fact, but also means that you can actually acquire it at a more affordable price tag. Now you've got 2 different sizes, and I'm just trying to see that the sizes of those, because I can't. 10mm, that's the large one here, and 8mm. What goes perfectly with pearls? Before I do say that, this is kind of like a champagne-y hue.
It is. It's not a stark white.
No.
It's not that beautiful. It's not ivory. It's like it has got that, I don't know, it's like an antique white.
It's kind of like, it's hard to describe. Yeah. Our graphics say beige. It's not beige.
No, they're not beige.
It's not beige, definitely not beige.
They're a vintage pearl. They just look like vintage.
Yeah, vintage sort of, there's a blush to them, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
There's a certain pinkish, very, very subtle pinkish blush. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. Then you've also got, what gemstones do you associate with pearls?
Garnets.
I thought everybody was going to say that in unison. I imagine lots of you at home have done exactly the same. Yeah, garnet and shell pearl go just go hand in hand, don't they?
This is Elizabethan, just there.
It really is. Bring those findings and those jump rings back onto the screen as well. And you can see, so beautiful, Elizabethan elegance. So we've got quantity of these, Kim. 57, so it's a limited quantity. You'll bring your price tag in, and then I'm smiling because a little dude has stepped into the studio. Should be 43.65. I'm talking about the dog, darling. 43.65 should be. Everyone's a little bit distracted here in the studios, myself included. $29.95 for you today, but there is a limited quantity, so do grab it whilst you can. Fleur, we've got designer inspiration from the lovely Fleur, but he wasn't happy about coming here in the studio. But Martha, have you forced him?
Yes.
You have to.
Tom, this is my much better half, Tom, and you're not really comfortable with. I'll come over to you. If we go over there, this is Tom, everybody. I love the tinsel, babe.
Yeah.
Looking lovely. That wasn't your choice either. I did say, Martha, you have to make him come in the studio. There we go. And there's this little person under there. Come here, fruit. Do you think he's got bigger?
Yes, for sure, and he's got a voice now, hasn't he?
He has got a voice. Hello. You say hello to love, babe.
Susan.
Come round here.
Oh.
Don't skulk off. Skulk off.
Oh, he's against black.
I need to move that way. Move that way. Hang on a minute. There we go. There's Brutus. Hey, mate. Hey, mate.
You're just gorgeous. Yes, you are.
You brought him in. Has he been good this morning?
He's been asleep.
He's been sleeping? Yeah. Have you been sleeping all morning as well?
A little bit.
Can we keep him here?
Fleur, you want to keep? This is Fleur, by the way.
Hello.
Fleur, Tom. Tom, everybody. Like I say, he's the much better half out of this partnership.
Oh.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. It's so true. You're looking after this one today. He's a horror. An absolute horror, but really cute. This is our googly-eyed freak.
Oh,
Can we buy him?
No, you can't buy him.
He's not for sale.
There's a price on
He's
screen,
not
I'm having it.
£29.95. He's not for sale, even though he's a monster. We're quite partial to him, aren't we? Quite partial to him. What are you doing for the rest of the day?
Finishing off my wrapping of your presents.
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 Oh, I like that.
That's about it.
It's plural. We've got a text message coming in, Tom, and it comes from, let me see, D in Hampshire. What a cutie! And the puppy's lovely too. I agree. I know. I did well, didn't I, Dee? I did do very, very well. I'm going to just embarrass you some more now. You're going to be cursing me. Do you want this little one? He's so cute, isn't he?
I'm going to make him some chainmail armour.
Do you know what
like
we're
Brutus.
struggling with? We can't get him a collar because he's so small.
I'm going to make him a chainmail one.
He's not even a pound. He doesn't even weigh a pound. He's just gorgeous.
Look.
You can't see his face. You can only see his eyes. His little googly eyes.
One eye.
Oh,
did you hear him?
Brutus. Don't you think he looks like a little, like a mogwai?
No, he doesn't look like a mogwai.
Either that or Yoda.
Yoda, yes. Yeah, we'll go with Yoda.
He looks a little bit like Yoda as well. And he wriggles a whole lot as well. Don't you?
This is I'm going to bite you, Mum.
You wriggle. Hold on. Oh! And he's got a big fat tummy. Don't zoom too far because nobody needs to see that. There we are, darling. I'll see you a bit later. Mwah.
See you later.
Love you lots. You really didn't want to come in the studio, did you?
You don't want to do this demo.
Bye-bye. Bye. And I love your tinsel, babe.
Yeah.
Just ruined his credibility as a man by bringing him out.
Oh, that's my beautiful other half and my beautiful little puppy.
Oh.
Bless. I knew that Martha would force him to come into the studio. He was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I said, you will. You'll get involved. Lots of messages in about Brutus. Thank you. Isn't he a sweetie? Isn't he gorgeous?
Oh, I didn't realise he was that small though.
Is it the first time you've seen him?
Yeah, no, I've never seen him.
Oh, of course, you saw him on the video.
Yeah, I've never seen him in life.
Jumping round and everything.
Gorgeous.
He's adorable. I've got to. Do you know how many times though? Because they're so small, and I'm not used to small dogs.
Yeah,
I will get back to the demonstration
yeah.
and stop talking in a second, but he keeps jumping at my feet and my slippers. So he's kind of been scooted along the floor a few times.
Dolly did that. Yeah, they get used to it.
Yeah.
Get out of your way.
Yeah, I want him to because I'm a bit worried. One day I might sort of properly launch him across the floor, which I don't want to do that. Bless
Just
him.
watch him with the dishwasher because Dolly used to get in the dishwasher. Like when I was opening the drawers, she used to jump in. So yeah. Just watching it.
Small, puppies. Puppies, you've got to have literally eyes in the back. They're like babies, aren't they? You've got to have eyes in the back of your head. And my dog, my puppy, which I had Lil before, she climbed out the cat flap. Climbed out the cat flap and I couldn't find her for ages. And it was cold as well. Anyway, back to your fabulous Elizabethan elegance. I mean, you've done some stunning pieces and this is incredible. I'm looking at the back, but also we'll show the front first, obviously. But the back is lovely.
Yeah, and it's all down to these beautiful jump rings.
The
It's
quality.
all down to that.
I mean, look how those pearls, shell pearls, nestle.
Yeah, everything this kit is, for me, it's going to sound like all the rest of the kits I didn't like, all the other kits, all the rest of you. This is one of the best put together kits for the title that is there.
I think it's very, very, very elegant and absolutely, really encompasses Elizabethan style.
Yeah. And it's one of those kits where I wanted to take it all apart and make it in a completely different guise with different It's one of those kits that's so versatile. Yeah. Because you can make so many different weaves, so many different looks with it as well.
Absolutely. $29.95.
Yeah. And you know, if you were going to do it to sell, if you were buying this kit to sell, you could make about 3 of those bracelets. And I'd be selling those bracelets at a lot more than
I was going to say, please, I was going to say, please don't say you're going to sell it at this price tag because surely it would command a higher price tag than that. I mean, look at you can see. Is that a Byzantine?
That's the box weave. So that's the next stage on from the Byzantine weave. So yeah, we're going to show you how to do that in a second.
There we go. The earrings as well. Again, I'd expect to pay sort of certainly £20–30 for those. Yeah. The necklace pieces. I mean, you've done chainmail, but you've also done some where it's just literally your gemstones.
A beaded one, and I've still got
all of those left.
All that left, and there's lots of garnet. I couldn't think of the word then.
Garnet,
Garnet as well left. So
it's all right, we all have mental blocks.
So there's still lots and lots and lots left. I used all the jump rings, and that is what's left. So you could do another beaded bracelet, and earrings
to go along with it as well. Fabulous, very popular, and I'm not surprised by that in the least. I mean, if you separate these components, what I'm calling the bezels, so those fancy jump rings, the big size. What do they measure, by the way? They've got to be over a centimetre. Just going to have a little look at that.
I think they're 20.
20.
I think they're 20 diameter,
20 millimetre diameter.
I think so, yeah.
We're just going to double check that, but yeah, I mean, 20 millimetre diameter. Those alone, if you were to take maybe, you know, how much are stacker rings these days, which is a huge craze. Stacker rings wearing on different sizes. You'd pay in excess of £20 for one of them.
You would. And they're great for bezels for resin, for polymer clay.
That's a good idea.
For your jewel enamel, for your friendly plastic. You can use it, you can weave round them as well, so you could get your Eslon and you can macrame round them if you wanted to cover that.
That's a nice idea.
So they are, Laura Bindings use them as a backing of a cabochon and then netted around it. They are fabulous.
Really lovely.
If you haven't got these in your stash, you really need them because they're just great.
And I don't think our screens actually do them justice. When you get them home, you can really see how high-end and quality they are. Anyway, enough of us talking and distracting you with puppies. What is it that you are going to demo for us?
So we're going to do the half Persian, which is the double chainmail section on the necklace. So it's the top and the bottom section.
So you've had a lot of requests for this off our viewers.
Yeah, it's one of those weaves. Once you get it, you can't believe how easy it is. But to learn it, this was my nemesis for a long, long time. This took me about 2 years to learn this weave.
So is that this one here?
Yeah, so it's the one on the top and the one on the bottom.
These two here?
That's it. And it's the one that's used for the chin straps on the Blues and Royals and Lifeguards, you know, on the hats. So it's used for that. It's like a curb chain, but this one has a different front to back. So when you make this weave, you can turn it over. It's got a completely different look. So if you turn that weave over, it looks completely different.
Oh, and it does. It's, like you say, it has got a curve, isn't it?
Yeah. So it is a flat curved chain, and it doesn't take very many jump rings to make a big section of it.
Yeah, love it.
It's flat.
Okay, so for those of you that have been asking Fleur about this weave, all eyes. All eyes.
Okay, so we need to start with 3 jump rings linked together. So all 3 of them linked together. Now I've got a purple one in the middle of there and then 2 black ones either side. Now I'm right-handed and my dominant hand is my right hand. So I'm going to weave to the right. So with my right hand jump ring, I'm going to place that underneath the left hand jump ring, and we've created that marquee shape in the middle. Can you see?
Yes.
But what we've also created is the jump ring that was the purple jump ring in the middle is now loose. You see there? It's loose around there. Now this jump ring needs to stay at the top. Now this weave is, you use half your jump rings closed and half your jump rings open. Now these jump rings that come in the kit are the ones that are closed. When they come, they look perfectly closed. So what you need to do is take one of your open jump rings, and you're going to take this jump ring from the back up through that marquee shape. So all I've done is gone through that marquee shape. And if I just put my finger underneath, you can see it naturally sits on top of the one previous. If I lay it down, you can see it easier. So you can see now that it's naturally sitting on top. Okay, now before I close this jump ring, I need to add another jump ring to be able to extend this weave along. Okay, so I'm going to take a closed jump ring, I'm going to add it on. Now, the little rule of thumb is all the closed jump rings sit underneath and all the open jump rings sit on top. So before I go any further, I'm going to sit that jump ring underneath and close that one up. Now, when you're doing this weave at home, those first couple of jump rings, close them with your fingers if you have to, just get them closed, because if you put it down and you drop it, you'll never see it. It's like a Chinese puzzle, you'll never see it again, which is why a lot of people have gone wrong with it.
So the beginning is probably the hardest bit.
Very beginning. So this is one of those weaves where you're going to keep it and have a little section left at home where you're not going to take it apart or anything. You're just going to start weaving from a section. So making sure that my last jump ring is underneath, taking my next open jump ring, and all I'm going to do is collect those last 2 black jump rings. And can you see that marquee shape again here? So the marquee shape just there in the middle. So I'm going to come through, I'm going to collect the first jump ring, first black jump ring, and go through the second black jump ring. So what I've actually done is gone through the middle of where those 2 jump rings meet. That purple jump ring's now sitting on top. Can you see it okay with the black and purple?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
I can.
okay?
Yeah, I can. So I hope everyone can at home.
So now this jump ring is naturally sitting on top of the previous purple jump ring. Now before I close that one up, I need to add on my closed one. And again, like we said before, so if it's closed, it has to sit underneath. I'm going to sit that underneath, close it up. Okay, so as you can see now, it's starting to appear. So all these purple jump rings are all sitting stacked on top, and all the black jump rings are sitting underneath each other. Take my next open jump ring, and like with chainmail, like a macrame and anything else with a pattern, it's just a continuity of pattern. You just keep going until you've got the length that you require. So again, take my open jump ring. Now the way that I do it, rather than trying to see the eye of those two where they're crossing, I just go underneath the first jump ring and then underneath the second jump ring. And you can see as soon as you go into that space, it naturally is sitting where it needs to stay.
Yeah.
So you don't have to manipulate it at all. It's sitting on directly on top of the previous purple jump ring. And before I close that one up,
put another one on.
My closed jump ring, close that one up. And then with these large jump rings, you have to just sit it underneath. With the smaller jump rings, it will naturally sit underneath.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have to do anything.
Actually lift
so
it.
if you see from the side, you can see all the purple jump rings stacking one way and all the black jump rings stacking the other. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you can see all the black jump rings are underneath each other and all the purple jump rings are sitting on top. So if I just put one in as it stays there like that, if that's okay. So I just go through the first jump ring, through the second jump ring, so I'm not collecting any of the purple jump rings at all. Now this weave's great if you've got two different colours of jump rings, because you never attach the same colour to the same colour.
Yeah, so it would really work with a two-tone effect.
Two-tone different colours. So I've gone just through those two black jump rings, I've not touched any of the purple ones, put my closed jump ring on, sit it underneath and close that jump ring up. Now when you come to the end, so when you want to finish this end, this section off at the end, just take an open jump ring, and it's exactly the same, you just don't add your closed jump ring on. So if I just go through the last jump ring and then the second to last jump ring and close that one up, and that's how you attach it. That's how it becomes like one full length, if you like, so it doesn't, you don't add that last.
Yeah, you haven't got one loose
jump ring. So if I just turn this over now, you can see the difference.
Oh yeah, it does look totally different.
Completely different look. So this way you can see a lot of the purple jump ring and only a little bit of the black. When I turn it back over, you can see half and half. So it's a great weave if you want to make different looks, but just with one weave, because you can do half of it that way, turn the other half over, and when you attach it all together, just pop it on the other side as well. So with this necklace, I could have done the top on one side and the bottom on the other, just flipped it over.
Love that.
And it gives two different looks, and people think you've done two different weaves, and it's not. It's
exactly,
exactly the same.
Exactly the same. Fantastic.
So you can only do this with the 7mm jump rings. You can't do it with a 6mm.
Why is that? Why can you only do it with a certain gauge?
Because when you're doing chainmail, it's the amount of jump rings that will not go through the middle, if you like, but it's the amount of room that's in there that will make it flexible.
Okay.
So as you can see, although it's this purple jump ring's only gone through two, it has to sit on top of this one, so it has to have enough wiggle room, if you like, to be able to sit flat.
We all need wiggle room.
We all need a bit of wiggle room.
We do.
It's a bit like if you've got your jeans on a bit too tight and you can't eat anything. It's not. You can't.
Definitely not going to happen tomorrow.
No, no. You need those elasticated waists, and that's what this is.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, love it, love it, love it. So I hope that's made it all clear for everybody. Before we go any further with the lovely Fleur, because you've just literally repeated that process all the way around, haven't you?
Just for those two, yeah. So that's just two lengths of that. That's all that is. And I'm just going to show you in a second how to connect it.
Absolutely fantastic. Now, before we move on, because I have got coming your way, gold-plated sterling silver jump rings, 20 pieces. And what size? Just so, are they the 9mm? So these ones.
Wow. Beautiful.
Wow. I'm just looking. These are
they're open as well.
Open jump rings. There's a lot of precious metal here.
There is.
And have we done this 9mm sterling silver jump rings today? I don't think we have.
No, we've not done them today. No. No.
First time that we're doing it. I'm just literally going to pop them all on the tweezers so you can actually see them together. This is limited. We've got 79 of these available, so less than 100 of these. Do grab it whilst you can. They're already precision cut for you, and the bigger size. So could you, what weaves can you do with these?
So what I tend to do when I get this in the kit or as a challenge, I tend to do the towel flower with these. So you take 19 jump rings into what's called a towel flower. So you can do a full chainmail, it is a pendant in effect, with 19 and you have one left to hang it with. But you can also do quite a large section of that, if this half Persian 3-in-1 with 20. Because they're larger jump rings, so they take more surface area.
Yeah, so they make a feature.
Yeah, so they make a feature. So if you were to lie them all end to end, and just like, you'd make 3/4 of that length.
Absolutely, but also I know that chain mailers or certainly regular jewellery makers who are thinking about their stash will be thinking, well, I'm not just going to buy one, Elle. I'm not, I'd be multi-buying because you're going to, you want to get it whilst you can, because I don't get to bring you opportunities like this every single day. It's limited. There were 79 of them available, and that quantity is already flying. Pretty much every single person that's made those confirmation, Kim is saying, has already multi-bought. So I'm not wrong in that assumption. Especially when I say this is coming your way, precious metal at a single figure price tag, $7.95. If you actually put the jump rings together like that, I think you can really take into consideration the amount of sterling silver that there is,
and the fact that you can't buy very rarely can you see 9-carat gold on top of sterling silver wire to actually make them yourself.
Can you even buy that?
I've never seen. You can buy gold filled, which is completely different.
Yeah, totally different.
But you don't get it with a sterling silver base core, which for chain mailers is beautiful because they're just like it's like working with suede and suede. You know, it's that you can feel the difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can feel when you open and close these that they're like the sports car of the jump ring. I can't say, but there's lots of sports car brands.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. They're high end. They are the supercars of your jump rings. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And there's lots of weaves that you can do with just 20. Yeah. Don't let 20 put you off, because there's so many you can do with that. Your
pendant DVD, there's examples on there of your pendant DVD where you can create lovely chainmail necklaces, or pendants rather, with just that with that quantity. Now let's bring you the 7mm again. You can mix and match the 9 with a 7.
Yeah, of course you can, and the different metals as well. So you can, because these are copper core, but you can still mix them two together. Don't let that put you off. I've done that lots and lots of times.
Yeah, I don't know. You can certainly say if you're selling it featuring sterling silver, you don't have to say that it is exclusively entirely sterling silver, and it does mean that we can bring it to you a bigger quantity. 200 you get in this pack. It has still got your gold on there. Don't forget, it has still got precious metal on here, precious metal on top of your copper, and we are very, very, very meticulous in terms of how many microns thick we actually give that surface coating. So it is made for longevity and made to last. Yeah, without shadow of a doubt. But it means we can bring it to you at a more affordable price tag, which especially if you're starting in a medium or you're thinking of, I'm going to give it a go.
That's it. And a lot of pieces, are quite jump ring heavy as well. Say that big collar. That costs. mine's in sterling silver, and it cost a fortune to make. So some things cost effectively have to be done in copper.
Absolutely.
Gold plated over the top, because there's the amount that you need.
The sheer quantity that you do need. And actually, I love sterling silver. I wear sterling silver an awful lot as well. But I'm just thinking, actually, if this was sterling silver and you were making maybe... have you ever had to clean your necklace?
Oh, it's horrendous.
I bet it's a nightmare.
You have to use a very soft baby's toothbrush to clean chainmail, because it's got lots of bits that you can't get to.
Yeah, so with this you wouldn't have to, would you?
No.
You actually wouldn't have to have that. You wouldn't get the tarnishing of it.
No, you wouldn't. No.
So not going to have to worry. So there are definite benefits to having your gold-plated copper. Loads of you with this as well. Very, very busy. Good morning. Happy Christmas, everybody. $6.95. Wow. I know that you'd be thinking, well, I'm getting a few of those.
Definitely. And because with the kit, because of what I had left over, I would definitely, if you've got the kit, definitely buy another pack or another 2 packs of these, because of the amount that I had left. I can now create again.
With the 200.
So the bracelet, the box weave bracelet there takes 100.
Really?
Because
So
it's
I
really
was
got
gonna
two
say,
sections of it.
I was thinking that this would have taken a lot more because it looks very jump ring heavy.
No, because of the large fancy jump rings take up a lot of the area of the bracelet. So if in effect you've only got like 3 inches, less than 3 inches of chainmail on either side, haven't you?
I suppose, yeah.
Because you've got the 2 jump rings at the back as well.
And it's actually quite circular, the box
yes,
weave.
yeah, it does take a lot of jump rings because it takes 4 to create the same width as the jump ring.
I was just thinking, why have I just said that a box weave is circular? But
No,
basically, there's you know what I mean,
Yeah,
don't you?
is,
There is
yeah.
there is an area in the centre,
Yes,
meaning
there
it's
is.
got
Yeah, it's
almost
hollow.
like it's hollow. It's a cylindrical box.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So, there is because the box weave is almost like a square box, if you like. There is one called the round weave, which was the first one in the kit with the beads inside, which is completely cylindrical, but they do take a lot more jump rings than the flat weaves. So I would definitely be buying these to go with this kit.
absolutely, will work wonderfully. And again, with those big bezels or connectors, whichever they are. Back to you, my lovely Fleur.
So just want to quickly show how I attached all 3 strands together, because at the top you see the very first jump in there, that's got a little chainmail section in there, which is the same as the bracelet in the first kit with that look like these, the sunbursts. So they're half a sunburst basically.
That's really pretty.
And it was just a way of, rather than just hanging 3, if you just put 3 jump rings on, they'll all sit together, so they won't space out. So you need something to pack them out, if you like. And rather than just putting lots of jump rings together and them sitting not very nice, I thought I'd make a bit of a feature of just those jump rings. So what I did is I took my large fancy jump ring, so if you imagine this is the large fancy jump ring, and I put on 10 of the small 7mm jump rings there. Now what I did, if I hold it like this, and I'm going to have to use my pliers to close these because they're little monkeys to close. Okay, so all I did was take my first open 7mm jump ring and go through the first 2. And give that a quick close, and I just excuse my closures on these because these rings are so old they don't close very well. So that's my first one in place, and I take my second jump ring.
Fleur, you demonstrate with these coloured rings so that you can obviously see it at home a lot easier, and they're that bigger, that bit bigger.
Yeah, they are. These are a lot bigger than what obviously you've got in the kit.
So it's hopefully so that you can actually pick up the weave quicker.
So all I've done now, so I attached 1 jump ring into 2. I'm now going to take the second one of that pair and attach it to the next one in line.
Oh yeah, okay.
And close. Now can you see that that's sitting on top? Sorry, it's a bit difficult to show you there. Can you see how it's sitting now? There you go. So it's sitting on top.
Lovely.
And then take your very next one. So this is very simple. It's on the pendants DVD as well as the starburst. So now I've got to go to my last one that is connected by the 2. So it's my 3rd one in line. So pick up number 3. And then the next loose one, which was number 4. And close. And you carry on going all the way along till you get them, so they're all just sitting on top of each other. Can you see that there? So you've just made a bit of a feature of, rather than having just all these jump rings there, just linking a few together at the bottom.
Looks lovely.
Just link them together, and you can then use that to then connect. Because what you have to look at when you're doing chainmail, can I just borrow the necklace?
Yeah,
Sorry.
sure, let me bring that over.
It's something that sometimes doesn't become obvious when you're looking at chainmail. When you've got 2 ends that are facing each other, you need a jump ring that's going the opposite way.
I was going to say,
to connect it together.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So if you've got 2 that are facing that way, they won't connect together. You need one that's going profile, if you like. So you can see you've got 2 landscape jump rings at the top here and on the weave, and then you can see this jump ring in the middle there that's holding it together. Is
that so it lays across? Yeah, it lays flat.
Because if not, this one would twist. So it would twist like that.
Yeah.
Because you've got 2 flat jump rings that need to be connected together.
So this way they're kind of contending against one another.
Yeah, that's it.
So no, line this way.
That's it.
It's 50-50 pull on that.
So you just need to look at your design and say, well, how can I keep that flat and that flat? You need a jump ring to connect the 2 together, rather than trying to connect this weave directly up into here, because what it would do is would twist either this jump ring or this chainmail. So that's just something that when you're designing a bigger piece, just to take into account. Some people do struggle. It's like when you put your earring on and it's facing to the side rather than to the
That's
front.
so frustrating. That.
And you can either turn the loop or you can put a jump ring on to change. That's how you do that section.
You could, and you know what? I've bought jewellery like that before, and you think, gosh, it won't sit properly, and it's just basically poorly made. So that's a really good tip from you, Fleur. Now we have also got an opportunity coming your way with some of the most exquisite cultured pearls. So if you've been loving Fleur's designs, loving the kit, and now you're also thinking, yeah, but I'd really like to make it with with cultured pearls. Shell pearls are genuine gemstones, but these are actual pearls, not reconstituted, formed within a mollusk. And these are beautiful rounds. I mean, I love the size.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
They go into what? Wow, 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 wow. They're a very wearable size too. Not too big, not too small. 5 by 4, and I can't see that 1 millimetre difference. Can you?
I thought they were spherical.
I did as well. Thought they were perfectly spherical. I will hold up to the neckline just because I think, look how it transforms an outfit.
They're just elegant. You can't fail to make elegant jewellery out of pearls.
You really can't. I don't think you need complicate this strand.
Not at all.
But if you wanted to, like, sort of include it with your chainmail, wow, it's going to look amazing. But you could, at the same time, if you're like me and not particularly talented at chainmail, then you could just literally knot these together.
Just knot them together.
Or team it with the garnet that was in that in your kit would be stunning too.
Yep.
Now, limited opportunity, some of the most perfect size. So if you're particularly petite or you just prefer something which is a little bit more subtle in terms of the size. For example, Claire, you're petite. You've got a petite frame. Do you sometimes shy away from the big gemstones? There we go. She says, yeah, I think they look silly on me. So you would go for this size really over maybe a 12 millimetre cultured pearl every day of the week, she says. And I can understand that. I can totally understand that just because Claire, my director, is quite a petite frame. So maybe she'd suit the smaller sizes more so. But also, this means you can take high-end gemstones and they become wearable for every day.
This is, for me, this is perfect bracelet strand.
Yeah.
Bracelet size, and if you wanted to bead your chainmail, this is perfect to fit inside your 7 millimetre jump rings. But also if you wanted to bead a pendant, chainmail pendant, these are the ones. These are the size that you would look for, because you wouldn't want them too big, would you? No.
That wouldn't work. Let's bring that price tag in for you. Amazing quality, beautiful quality, and very consistent in their shape. £24.95. These are, if you're wondering what the B is on the bottom of your screens, that's just for bleaching. Pearls are often actually undergo a little bit of bleaching just to intensify that crispness of white. It's no reflection on the value at all whatsoever. You can see what does make a difference is the shape, how spherical they are, and these are certainly gorgeously spherical. The smoothness of the nacre, so think of nacre as our skin. So basically it's the surface of the pearl. Basically you don't want to have any indentations or nicks or blemishes across the surface. If you do, I mean, it's a characteristic, it's a feature. It's hey, listen, it's like a laughter line.
Yes. That's all it is.
It's one of our character features. It tells a story, doesn't it? But look, under magnification, look at the quality of those pearls.
Do you know, if you hadn't said, I'd have said they were shell pearls.
You'd have said these were shell pearls?
Because they look so perfect.
Look how close we are. Right, hold up. You can see the hairs on the back of my hand. Not particularly attractive, granted, but we're under magnification here. We have zoomed right up close and personal with these pearls so that you can scrutinise, and I hope you are, because look, you can see the lights. This is everything that a pearl actually aspires to be. Well done. I'll leave those last few with you because maybe you're thinking, yeah, I love pearls. We're going to have to go straight in on this opportunity, but I'm looking for a button shape.
Yeah.
Now, a button shape, they nestle together like this.
They do. Together.
They do. They're like best buddies. They're like, you can see, literally like otters holding hands.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They nestle together wonderfully. They're more of a sort of rondelle kind of shape. Supposed to be apparently, wow, £13.95. That seems very affordable for 8 by 5 millimetre. Going straight down. It's last in stock opportunity. Do grab it whilst you can. Not £13.95, £9.95.
Do you know, these are perfect to work with rondelles as well, because it doesn't spoil the shape of the design.
Yeah.
So if you've got the Tanzanite rondelles to go in between each one, these work perfectly because they sit so beautifully together. They want to be together. Those two strands do want to be together.
This and the Tanzanite?
Under £30 for those two.
I totally concur.
Yes. That'd be, if that was in my Christmas stocking, I'd
Shall I go and get it? Shall I go and get it?
Do you want me to go and get it while you hold it there?
This strand and the Tanzanite that we brought you earlier on, and we have still got quantity. We're going to be recapping a bit later on. By the way, well over, we're talking, we're down to the final third of stock remaining in this Tanzanite. But yeah, I totally agree. That combination, oh, wait. Yeah.
You've got the 9mm sterling silver on that with 9 carat gold on the top.
Just so beautiful.
That is
so
regal.
That really is.
That will be in 100 years' time when we're doing Elizabethan. This will be the new Elizabethan, or whatever Catherine will be.
Whatever we're actually...
Yeah, whatever Catherine's era, and what it'd be Williams, wouldn't it? So
yeah, Williams, not Catherine's.
The Windsors, whatever that era is called, this will be there. So in 100 years' time, somebody will be standing here doing chainmail going, 100 years ago.
And Fleur will be doing this. Yeah, see? I was right. I was absolutely right.
I'd be lying like that. Somewhere.
Well, let's not dwell on that. I did like to say. Didn't want to start talking about being brown bread and all that.
Well, if I'm here at 140, I'll still be here doing chainmail.
Yes, that's something to be excited about. Moving on, because I think these are... to be honest, I'm amazed that we have still got some of these in stock. I am. Do you agree, Kim? I am absolutely amazed. I thought when we first saw these that they were going to be an entire sellout on screen. Now listen, you know, I'm proved wrong on many occasions, but just because these are so different, I never knew that a pearl could form in these shapes. And it has formed in this shape. All right, it might have been encouraged, but it's not been stuck together. This is a cultured pearl, which forms in lovely crosses. Organic crosses, granted, they're not a perfect cross. But they're beautiful, aren't they? I thought these were going to be on and gone.
There's a very famous design, Butler and somebody, who does a full cross necklace. And all they are just lots of these crosses hanging down from one chain. And
pearl crosses?
No, his are like glass.
Yes.
And
I think I know what you mean.
As well.
I know who you mean,
the butler and his mate.
I know who you mean, yeah, okay. Now, I definitely do. Yeah, because they could be quite gothic, couldn't they, these?
Yeah, I could just see, I could see you wearing this. Darcy Bustle on Strictly. She could wear a big design.
Is she quite gothic?
No, but she does like to wear these very statement earrings. She wears big earrings.
Someone makes them for Darcy Bustle.
It's that Butler and somebody.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I can't believe they haven't sold out already. Now, the first time I actually saw them, I was like, yeah, they're going to be on and gone. Well, maybe because they're kind of making us think outside of the box, I guess. Yeah. Not $7.95, and you are getting 5... Really? That's £1 each. Do you know what I would do? Get some wax cord or satin cord. Do one of those, what do they call the loops, where they go... You do and then you loop it back.
Yeah, it's like a sliding knot.
Yeah.
Oh no, a lark's head knot.
Lark's head knot, and just suspend it like so. That's what I would do.
Yeah, definitely.
And I bet if they were on, certainly would draw my attention. If they were on like a craft fair,
could make like a
then
Celtic cross.
Surely they'd sell out. Yeah, that's quite a Celtic cross there. £1 each, $4.95. They're fabulous, aren't they?
I think they're beautiful.
I do as well.
I think they're really, because you've got so much surface area for that lustre to shine from.
Yeah. Yeah, way bigger than your average pearl, and in that obscure shape. I'm not saying that these are rounds, and obviously rounds, but then, to be honest, I don't think many in the industry who've not really seen anything like this before.
No, I've never seen anything like that, no. Not with pearls.
Love it. Okay, back to your demonstration, gorgeous.
So what I want to show now is just how to create the box weave starting from the centre circle. So
is that this?
Yeah, there, and the earrings and the front of the bracelet. So like I said, I did a little design and then I couldn't stop doing it. So what I wanted is I didn't want it to be a section and held on by 2 jump rings either side. I wanted it to look like it was a seamless. So the chainmail just came from the top. So what you need to do, and I'm sorry, it's going to be with the small jump rings here. Well, I'm not sorry because they're beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry.
They are beautiful.
So what you need to do is, we need this to be our starter jump ring, if you like. So all I'm going to do is going to add on 1 open jump ring, and to that add on 2 closed jump rings and close that one up. And now, if I just hang that one down, you can see I've got 1 jump ring and then 2 there. So all I need to do is double up that jump ring, because when you do the box weave, you have to have 2 sets of 2. So it's always 2 sets of 2 for the box weave. And close that up. So now I've got 2 jump rings onto 2 jump rings, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to my large jump rings so you can see the actual knot itself, and then I'll do it on these ones, because to see it on this is going to be a bit small. Okay. So
yeah, it's difficult because the size of the jump rings, and obviously by the time you get your hands in there.
So if I just put a pink jump ring on there, so if we now imagine the pink jump ring is that large fancy jump ring that I've just used, and then the 2, so exactly the same. Okay, so all I'm going to do is let the front pair, the top pair fall down, a little bit like when Mark did his beaded box weave yesterday. So Mark did a little bit of chainmail yesterday with a beaded box weave, exactly the same. Just open the second pair up, and then these 2 loose pair, this is what I'm going to pull up now into my chainmail or Byzantine knot. Okay, so that there, if I hold it there, so you can see now that's just pulled that up into that Byzantine knot. And because this is a double weave, we have to put another jump ring through to create that double jump ring. And don't worry that that's fallen down there, because it's just these are so large they don't hold their shape. So that is what we're going to look at doing with these smaller jump rings. So I'm going to put this one down now and do exactly the same with the smaller ones, just so you can see how you, because a lot of people say it's easy to see with the large jump rings, but how do you hold your pliers while you're putting the small jump rings in place?
Yeah, that's a good point actually, because we do regularly we show with those bigger sizes.
So I'll let the first pair fall down, and now all I've done is I've pinched them together. I hope you can see with my fingers, you can see that. Oh yeah, perfect. So now I'm going to take my open jump ring, you just have to position it. Why these mats are so brilliant to work on, things don't roll.
Yeah, they catch your jump rings, don't they?
So all I've done is I've just pulled that up into the knot, so you can see now the Byzantine knot actually comes over the top of that beautiful large twisted jump ring, and it creates a feature rather than it being a section of jump ring and then held together with another jump ring. You can actually make it into a feature.
It's so pretty. I know I keep raving about those feature jump rings, but they're so beautiful.
They are so beautiful. Now, if I was going to do the necklace there, all I would do, before I close this one, would add in another large jump ring to this one. So you can see these jump rings are plenty big enough to actually add the next jump ring in and close. So that's how you continue on with that weave. So you can see there, it's just got a little Byzantine knot in between, and all you would do is double that jump ring up so that it follows suit. Now when you come to add a pearl into there, could I borrow the earrings, because it's easier to show.
Let me bring those over.
So with most chainmail, I always do just an eye pin loop. And the reason why I do an eye pin loop is so that I can change them if I ever wanted to. I don't have to cut the, take the chainmail apart to get that out. So all I've done to attach these is the very first jump rings. Can you see underneath? All that eye pin loop is attaching to the first 2 pairs of jump rings that attach to the very original.
I can see. So that where almost the V.
Yeah. So those 2 there, the very first 2 that you added on, that is where you attach through your eye pin. So if I just put
and they do actually, it does actually move nicely.
Yeah,
can you
it
see
still
that?
moves, and they fit perfectly within there. So that's how you attach your pearls. And on the necklace, I've just done 3. Because as they got up onto your neckline, they started to move. Yeah. So they started to fall, obviously with the contour of your body, they'd fall either side. But for the first 3, they work absolutely perfectly. And they're all held together exactly the same. And that's how I did the box weave on the bracelet, the earrings and the necklace.
Absolutely love it, Fleur, as per delightful tutorials, by the way, because they always make it sound so easy. Very easy and to follow as well, and of course amazing design. So more from Fleur and myself. We've got coming your way one of the most astonishing multicolour strands of sapphire. I mean, have you seen it? It's going to grab your attention. That's coming up as a a star buy. If you think about sapphire, you've got the most infamous colour, which is obviously the blue. These are the salon tones, but you've also got a glorious buttercup yellows, amazing amounts of pinks, papradatura S-tones in there. It's just going to absolutely dazzle. Again, Christmas treat for you as a star buy. It's coming up after this.
Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information. The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker, Ivy House, Henley Road, Outhill, Studley, B807DU. Get making and good luck. Join presenter Becky and guest designer Mark Smith on December 31st for the JM Awards show. We'll be announcing the results from the Facebook polls, selecting winners from the viewers' categories and giving out prizes. Make sure you join us to celebrate Jewellery Maker 2015. Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
Amethyst do Sol is a small Brazilian town in Rio Grande do Sul. 95% of its residents make a living from amethyst, which is why it takes its name from this beautiful gemstone.
In Rio Grande do Sul, all of your amethyst is formed in geodes. None of them are in big crystal structures like in the north of Brazil, but all of them are in beautiful geodes. And nearly all the mining takes place underground. Here's one that's been left by the miners in the host rock. I'm taking it that the quality here was not quite good enough for them. But it's fascinating, it's almost mystical to think that all of the amethyst in this region comes in this very, very unusual form.
Amethyst to amethyst features vivid colours and incredible clarity, so our very finest amethyst is sourced from this remarkable town. Amethyst to amethyst from Jewellery Maker.
I'm absolutely in awe of this strand. I'm a little bit speechless. I mean, sapphire is a gemstone that I've seen thousands of times over. But this strand has to be one of the most beautiful here at Jewellery Maker. If there are two acquisitions that you are able to treat yourself to this Christmas Eve, I think the Tanzanite and this sapphire strand could be two of the best. This rainbow strand with all the different colours not only has got exemplary clarity, when sapphire is a gemstone which is usually very, very, very heavily included, usually, and you know, accepted, similar to that of your to your emeralds, I suppose. You expect sapphire to have inclusions. Don't get me wrong, when you get quality like this, when it's very when it's, you know, drenched in brilliance, then of course it's some of the most sought after in the world. What's exciting me most, not only the clarity, not only the spectrum of colours, is the fact that I'm looking, and in that short break there, what you didn't see was me literally up close. I had it, I've got 20/20 vision, but I had it right up close to my face, sort of looking at the different colours. I'm not saying there is definitely on here, but there are paparazzi-esque tones on this strand. I mean, that is arguably the rarest gemstone on the entire planet. When you've got sunset goldens like this on the corner, can you see those here? And I'm not just talking one or two. There in the centre you've got some, here at the end, and again on this side you've got definite paparazzi-esque colours and tones. This is one of the finest sapphire strands that I think we have here at Jewellery Maker. I truly think so, and I can't believe, do you know what won't equate, what we won't be able to get our heads around, and why all of the web bidders have already chosen to confirm. What won't add up, I guess, is what this is going to. Pure and simple, Christmas Eve opportunity, Christmas Eve price tag. All of those September babies out there, all of those collectors, connoisseurs, those that are seeking the best of the best of the best of the best. You know what? This is, I've got no hesitation in saying, some of the best that you could wish for. If I was to literally scour the entirety of our vault, I don't believe that I would get a strand of sapphires, gosh, that would be able to rival this deal. Ceylon Sapphire Blues. Amazing, amazing baby pinks. Paparazzi sapphire tones. Faceted with amazing brilliance and clarity, but they would be dull. They would be lifeless if they were internally included. They're not lifeless. Look at that sparkle, which is so rare to see with sapphire. Diamonds, yeah, zircons, yeah, you'll see sparkle. Sapphires, no. You don't often.
I just saw a greeny coloured one there.
You had, yeah, green sapphire, stunning. This strand is one of my favourite. Yeah, there is, right there, I can see it there as well.
Is it?
Beautiful. Fiona, Wendy, Susie, Margaret, Jean, Marilyn, Stella, Diane, Christine, Hampshire, Andrea, you're there as well. Get it home. Use that extended money back guarantee right the way up until the 31st of January 2016. If you don't fall in love with this strand as soon as you get it in your own fair hands, if you don't justify your purchase, then simply send it back to us, because I actually think that we are going to sell out this Christmas Eve. The quality of the sapphire does warrant a sellout without doubt, and most definitely your Star Buy deal does. Good luck, because the moment you see these numbers on your screens, for 20 carats of not just sapphire, I mean, I can say that, which is rare. It's rare to get sapphire, but of this quality, this grade, I mean, it's really, really stepping up and raising that bar. Hayley, Norma, Worcestershire, Anne, lovely to be with you. Good luck to those of you that have it in your baskets. Kim, have we got many of these? Okay, this and the Tanzanite, which I seem to have misplaced. This and the Tanzanite, if you've got a spare £40 this Christmas Eve, two of the finest examples that you could possibly wish for, and two of the big five. I'm not surprised by a web bidder buying 7 of these. I'm not surprised in the slightest. Well, you know what, that 7 might be actually increased in a second, because we're not... Really? So wait, for £35 you can get amazing quality Tanzanite and amazing quality sapphire. That right here, bringing the Tanzanite onto your screen, which usually has got more brilliance than a sapphire is, and usually I wouldn't put the two together, just because the Tanzanite would show that sapphire is usually very, very heavily included. But here, this shows you the quality of the sapphires, doesn't it? Brilliance here in your Tanzanite, but look, not being outshadowed, not being dampened or sleepy in any way, shape or form, is the sapphire strand. I think this is the best way of, and this is what I would be thinking if I was sat at home right now. Look at the brilliance, look how it rivals that of a Tanzanite, which is usually a direct comparison, which I wouldn't be able to do. £15.
I bought a strand earlier this year from Jewellery Maker and it was £100, and I thought that was the same strand because it looks exactly the same.
You thought this was...
And I was over the moon with my £100 strand because it had all those beautiful colours on there.
Yeah.
I would definitely buy 3 of those and then make each bracelet have a bigger section of the blue, of the pink, of that beautiful yellows and that paprikasia type, you know, and that really, I've never seen a greenish coloured one like that.
Very, very, very rare to get. I know the Tanzanian mine, the Songea mine, actually mines greens, or I should say did mine. It's deplete now. It's no longer in production. 10 years ago it actually closed. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if these are sort of Songean sapphires as well. Fabulous. We had 200, lots of you there. I'm not surprised that many of you choosing to multi-buy. I've got to move on in the essence of time, but I'm going to be joining you. I'm a September baby, but even if I wasn't, I'd be getting involved with the quality of that sapphire and the Tanzanite. Those two, done. I would be delighted. My Christmas is made. Box number... Oh, what's in the box? Kimbo, you know that I am an emerald girl. Is it your birthstone, Ben? Oh, is it Wes now? Didn't hear you swap over. Where's your birthstone? I love emerald. I think it's a gorgeously energetic, vivacious. I think it's quite sassy as a gemstone. It's a type 3 gem, like Wes, to be fair, yeah. It's a type 3 gemstone, which this is natural. You've got really Colombian-esque greens here, very vivid, very intense. Type 3 gemstone, which means it's accepted to have internal inclusions, characteristics really, or le jardin, which is probably a nicer way of actually putting it. As long as they don't disturb or interrupt that colour, then you have got absolutely amazing quality and value. Do you see why I'm referencing your Colombian emerald? Because Colombian emerald is that very, very intense colour, which commands, well, it's on a pedestal in the emerald world. It is absolutely on a pedestal. You're also getting all of these gorgeous finders. Solid 925 sterling silver. You're going to make loads of pieces of jewellery. If you're wondering what the black is, that's the anti-tarnish for your precious metal. So 2 of your toggle clasps there. We'll just pop that at the front. You've got your length of chain, so 8 inches of your solid sterling silver chain. You've got your sterling silver jump rings there. Then you've got your sterling silver crimp beads there. Then you've got 2 pairs of your sterling silver shepherd hook earrings. Then you've got your spacer beads, sterling silver obviously, and last but by no means least, you have got 2 of your S-class. I mean, it does depend how gem heavy you make these, or whether you're purchasing this for the findings or the gemstones and or both. You could easily make suites of jewellery out of this. It only takes just a couple of those rondelles being featured to your shepherd hook earrings, and you've got a stunning pair of earrings, haven't you?
Yeah, 3 on a head pin, and then just pop it straight onto a shepherd's hook. A beautiful piece of jewellery that's very, very got inherent value.
Absolutely. Natural Brazilian emerald. One of the things that I know when Steve Bennett, who still has direct dealings with Jewellery Maker, one of the things that really struck him when he came here in the studio, and as you know, he was presenting with you for an hour, was, I can't believe the quality and the prices that we go to. And he was talking about that for pretty much the entirety of it, and I know he'd be thinking exactly the same. 20 carats of natural emerald, not treated in any way, shape or form, not fissure filled, so cracks and crevices as this gemstone naturally forms. Sometimes is filled with a glass-like resin to encourage that colour. This needed none of that. The quality was already there. You are getting 40 pieces of your sterling silver and that beautiful strand which measures 3x2 to 4x2 millimetres. And again, use it sparingly. I think you only need a couple in the centre maybe as a neckline piece, cut a few on a pair of earrings.
Or a channel. I know Jan's DVD's
being launched tomorrow.
Channel set them into a beautiful pendant. I know there's one that's on the promo, an infinity pendant. It's absolutely beautiful. Can you imagine those?
Oh,
going
that
around
would
an
be
infinity
stunning.
pendant, and then you've got your chain. As you have it as bracelet, centre of your bracelet, and you've got your chain either side.
Do tune in tomorrow if you can. The lovely Jan is launching her DVD. Is it 8 a.m, Kim, that you're doing it? So first thing in the morning. I think most people are up at that time on Christmas morning, aren't they? If not, set your alarm because it is going to be one of the biggest launches, and Jan's very, very excited. Rondelles are what you need, really. I mean, you can use other shapes, but ideally a rondelle works.
Yeah, I think Jan would say definitely the rondelles would be the best.
Yeah.
So all the strands that we've had so far, you know, those top beautiful.
Do you know what? Shall I bring them back in?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sapphires. Oh, this is just.
I mean, you'd be set because this would come roughly the same time as your DVD, wouldn't it? You know, a day, give or take a day.
Yeah.
So that you could be ready to then set these wonderful gemstones within those channel set pendants.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's get it all home ready so you can get creative with your channel setting. And don't forget, you have got your sterling silver findings there also. Let's bring that price tag in. Look, comes beautifully boxed in your Jewellery Maker magnetic box as well. Should be £29.95. I pay that for the strand. I pay that for the emerald because it is natural. You can see that really intense, vivacious green. Let's bring it to you at lowest ever price point. Dial in as soon as you possibly can. Lots of precious metal, lots of the rare commodity that is your sterling silver, £19.95. I mean, I think this is a lovely little gift, isn't it? A lovely gift.
We say it all the time, this box for me is about nearly £2 worth of a gift box because it's magnetic. You've got all that sterling silver, you've got 4 clasps in there, so if you said £1 a clasp, so that's £6, and then you've got that emerald. It's got to be worth a lot more than the whole kit together.
More. Absolutely. And if you did commission pieces of jewellery, I would be inclined, this is me personally, to keep it simple. Maybe like just keep it just on a head pin or channel set it like we were saying, because then all the focus is not, you're not distracting from the actual emerald themselves. That's where I am very much an emerald girl, so that would be my attention, I suppose, rather than over embellish it.
Yeah. My daughter's emerald, she's May baby, so I would get her this and we could make a piece of jewellery together and then she'd always remember it, and it's precious metal and her birth gemstone.
And it's always going to be, of course, valuable. Very busy this morning. A very good morning and a happy Christmas to every single one of you. I hope you've got your feet up and you're already enjoying the festivities. Maybe you were like myself and you were running around like a headless chicken yesterday. I tell you what, I did. Were you, Fleur?
Food shopping.
Food shopping,
4 different shops.
I think I went back to the supermarket about 5 times yesterday.
Yeah, I think I sent Mark out to go and get the few bits that we'd forgotten. Yeah.
I always, oh gosh, and it's only a day, isn't it? You know, it's not like the apocalypse. It's only a day.
I don't know how we're going to eat 6 tubes of crisps in a day, but we're going to give it a go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And trifles and 4 desserts. 4 different desserts.
I know, I'm the same. I haven't made it as of yet. I'm doing Christmas pud, cheesecake, lemon and ginger cheesecake, and a brioche bread and butter pudding. There's only 9 of us. There's only 9 of us.
There's 6 of us, and I've got about the same.
Oh well, it all keeps, doesn't it? It all keeps.
No, Elle, you must eat it all.
You must eat it all. Must eat it all.
My mum used to do that every Christmas. Don't touch it. Christmas Eve, you can't eat anything. Christmas Day, eat as much as you can, but it was all sat there the days before.
Teasing us, absolutely. It was the same in our house. You know, we used to have. Mum used to do like used to have an area in the lounge where the Christmas chocolates were. Don't touch them until we were allowed before Christmas, but it had to be quite close to Christmas. Like, is it Christmas yet? Please, can we have a Just Brazil? Please, can we have a Just Brazil or a Ferrero Rocher? Now, okay. We were saying that wire mesh disappeared from the radar. It was a medium that when I was working up in the offices, which certainly was very, very, very popular. Gemma Crow creates some fabulous wire mesh designs. I mean, she does like a calla lily, etc. It's malleable and it's like a tube, very fine wire that you can pull out and you can create fantastic designs. Now, let me just show you all these and then I will actually pull some out. You've got the 3mm and also the 6mm measurements. So you can see this is a little bit thicker than what's on the actual spools at the front, and of course the little containers, which are absolutely invaluable. There's larger sizes, the ones I'm actually holding. There's 1 meter length, and then you've got 5 yards on those spools there in your pretty in pink or rose gold or rose pink, whichever way you want to actually look at it. So stunning, aren't they?
Do you know you can put this in between in your chainmail weaves? So if you did like the inverted round mail and then put that lace through the middle and then with your pliers pull it out through the side of the chainmail weave, and it looks amazing.
Oh, I bet that would look incredible. Yeah. Now I'm grabbing the smaller just because I don't want to open one of the packets there, but this is how it actually comes. So as you can see, it's like a very fine thread, but you can feel that it is a wire. It creates a structure. So if I now just kind of pinch it ever so slightly, and do bear with me, this is going to be very, very, very rough. You can put gemstones down the centre. You can create beautiful violet roses. My nails are a little bit too long. Really, I could do with some tweezers or pliers for this.
It is easier with 2 pairs of pliers.
It is, isn't it? It's me being all fingers and thumbs. I bet you could do this a lot better than me right now. You can push wire down the centre as well.
You can thread gemstones onto this as well. So if you got some some beautiful quartzes, threaded them on and then pulled it out in between, the gemstone with the larger hole sits perfectly in place, because when you pull it apart, it stops the gemstones collapsing back down together.
Absolutely. And one thing I do love about it, I've just opened one of these just so you can see it better. One thing I love about these is it's foolproof. So if, like me, you make a lot of mistakes during your jewellery making, or you like to sort of get, you know, it to evolve as you go, then this is great for you, because you can bring it straight back. So there we go, that's what I was referring to. It just literally pulls out like this, so you can make fantastic floral roses. So if you're thinking, okay, so I'm going to do this and then I'm going to wrap it all up together, it's a really, really enjoyable medium, and it stretches to a full length. But then if you don't like what you've done, so look at that, it's like a very fine crochet, isn't it?
It is. Same colour as my nail varnish.
It is the same colour as your nail varnish. If you don't like what you've done, simply run your fingers straight the way through it, and look, and it's gone straight back to what it was before. So you've got, in actual fact, you've got 2 different colours, 3 different colours actually. You've got your dusty rose and your rose gold there, and then if you can see, that's a slightly different pink. So pretty in pinks. In total, you have got 1 metre in your 6mm gauge, 1 metre here, and also 5 yards of the 3mm in each of those. Let's bring that price tag in for you. Should be, now I can remember when a metre used to be that price.
Yep.
More than that, actually. You've got well over 2 metres. Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot of jewellery that you can make with your wire mesh there. Don't you think it's perfect for beginners as well?
It is, it's great. And we do have a jig as well.
Yes,
we do have a wire mesh jig, which I know Jan launched back in the summer, and it's just a white base plate with pegs in it, a bit like a jig, a bit like your wire jig.
Like battleships, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And you can then create flowers with that. And again, if you're a beginner, absolutely perfect. But it gives beautiful texture. If you're not a crocheter or you're not a knitter, but you want to put texture and fabric within your pieces, this is perfect.
It really is. And you can download that tutorial as well. I saw Jan doing it the other day. It was the first time I've actually seen the wire mesh jig, and it really does work effectively, doesn't it?
So simple as well.
It is so simple.
So simple.
So you actually sort of loop round your wire initially with the wire mesh, and then just it's all connected together, and it makes this fantastic. Oh, well, you can even go as far as saying you could create a chrysanthemum.
Yeah, and I know Gemma has workshops and DVDs as well. So it's not like you're by yourself and you buy this medium. You know, there is out there. We do have DVDs and workshops for it.
Yeah, lovely DVDs as well. Yeah. Moving on to box. Oh, it's right the way back there. Bear with me a second. I've got so much, but I can't physically reach everything.
That's nice.
Do you know what this with the blue lace agate earlier on?
Yeah.
Stunning. March babies out there, this is your gorgeous birthstone, a gemstone that loves to show off its internal brilliance, aquamarine. Gosh, we've featured Tanzanite, we've featured emeralds, incredible sapphires, and now aquamarine as a gemstone.
That's my birth gemstone.
Are you a March baby?
I am.
Ah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, very elegant, this gemstone, and we've loved it for hundreds upon hundreds of years, and I can understand why. Just the perfect summer's day sky blue. That's what this gemstone aspires to be. 175 carats in total, and this is natural. Often aquamarine does have to be heat treated to intensify that colour. This needed absolutely none of that. It's come out of the ground with that beautiful depth of tone that we all long for. Do you notice how I actually said tone rather than saturation? Aquamarine is one of the few colour gemstones where tone is most significant. So in terms of your colour gemstones, there are 3 specifications in accordance to the GIA that registers the quality: saturation, tone and hue. The majority of the time, saturation is sort of the number one. With aquamarine, it's tone. What's the difference? Tone is actually the lightness and the darkness. Saturation is how much colour is there, and hue is the secondary hues. So it's all about how light and dark this gemstone is. That's what makes this the most valuable. You have definitely got that depth of tone, and almost a metre of aquamarine here. Good luck. Dial in as soon as you can. Don't get to bring you aquamarine every day, and certainly don't get to do it at £3.95. Happy Christmas, everybody. As Wes just registered that price tag. £3.95.
You can't say anything about that, can you?
Rendered speechless. How often are we rendered speechless, Fleur?
For a gemstone that everybody knows. Everybody, because it's in the high street.
Yeah.
It's not like some of the gemstones that we have, like
Labradorite,
labradorite and serenite and serpentine. All those gemstones, you don't see them. This you see everywhere.
Everywhere. But have you noticed, though, also on the high street, that you can have aquamarine, which is a little bit wishy-washy, a little bit pale and insipid, which doesn't show the depth of colour. You know, it's not that definite sky blue. That's because, unfortunately, that's more stereotypical with this gemstone, but obviously not the most desirable. The more blue, the more valuable the aquamarine is. The depth of tone is really, really crucial. My goodness, this could have been, what, £13.95? Could have been much, much, much higher. How many pieces of jewellery can you create from this amazing strand? Get it home, grab it, add it at that price point. I wouldn't even be thinking about it.
No, I wouldn't. I would definitely buy a couple of these because, like you say, March babies. But not only that, when people want a high-end gemstone, you can say, I've got aquamarine, and they won't believe that they could purchase from you an aquamarine.
It's the recognition of it as well. I'm hoping Mark Smith is watching right now, because I know he does his birthstone bracelet. So Mark, £3.95?
We get two. He'd get 2, wouldn't he? Is it 2 he gets out of chips and nuggets?
Yeah, I think
the memory wire ones.
Yeah.
You get 2 of those.
Oh, I think it's 3 actually.
Is it 3? So at £15, I know he sells them for £15 with a few shell pearls.
And he's invested £1.33 in the gemstones. It's not a bad return, is it? I wouldn't even be thinking about it. At £3.95, I'd be like, yeah, add it to my order. That's an absolute no-brainer. Well done, well done, well done. Moving on to all of these. I'll try not to drop these. Yesterday, I did have the dropsies yesterday. I will try not to. Kim, is it right? Maybe you need to prepare me on what you're taking this to first. Well, that's why I had the dropsies yesterday, because you didn't prepare me on what we were taking it to. So you have got 118 findings here. Your silver-plated copper, and it's got some of my favourite findings in here, including the decorative spacer beads. I love those. They're like little daffodils. Can you see that? Not really, because I'm holding it the wrong way. It does look like a beady bead, yeah. Isn't it funny what everyone sees differently? There we go. I see a little daffodil, because they've got smiley faces. Love it, substantial. You've got 2 of your toggle clasps, you've got your fancy toggle clasps, you've got 2 of your shepherd hooks, your large shepherd hooks, your jump rings, your meter length of chain, your round head pins, your featherweight head pins, your decorative head pins, then you've got your extender chain and also your ribbon ends. 118 pieces. I know where it's going to. If you're looking at replenishing your finding stash, then here's the opportunity. You've got one of the biggest quantities that we actually bring you in findings, and also it's going, well, easily into single figures. Let's just say that. You could pay fortunes to buy all of these components individually elsewhere, couldn't you, Fleur?
Definitely, yeah. Like, I used to buy 10 head pins. They were like £2-3 in some places, you know.
10 head pins?
Yeah.
So like hang on a minute.
We had, down the road from where I used to live, there's a little bead shop, and obviously they've got more overheads. So yeah, they used to be like 10 head pins. Used to be like, I think it's about £2 for 10 head pins, and they weren't copper. They were, I think they were brass.
Right, so that's not even all of those head pins. So there we go. That's that for £2.
In a little tiny bag. Yeah.
£2.
And I used to think, oh, I've got those, and I used to get the same with the ear wires, and I used to think that I was absolutely happy as...
How many did you get of your shepherd hooks, you mean?
Yeah.
How many did you get of those?
I think you got enough for 5. I'm sure there was 10, so 5 pairs.
5 pairs?
Yeah.
Okay, for a couple of pounds?
Yeah, a couple of pounds again, yeah.
Okay, it's not bad, is it? A couple of pounds?
And I used to think, well, that's £2, say, for a pair of earrings then.
Yeah,
like,
not bad.
Not bad, and then the gemstones.
Not bad at all. Wait till you see this price point then. Never mind the 10 head pins here for £2. You're getting 118 for £4.95. That's 4 pence per finding.
A lot of people now want to make their own jewellery. There's still lots of for craft sellers, there's still lots of like opportunity to sell your jewellery. But if you were to put those in a basket by the side of your ready-made jewellery that you'd made with a little bag of gemstones and like enough to make earrings, you could pay that just for enough to make 1 pair of earrings.
Absolutely. I mean, I think of and who was I talking to the other day? Somebody said to me, I didn't really realise jewellery making was so big. And I was like,
huge, yeah.
Never bigger than craft generally has never been bigger. If you think about it, all the programs that are on the show, all the magazines that are out there, you know, Kirsty Allsop she's got a show designated to Christmas and craft. You think about all baking is all very, very popular now. You've got all these different sort of creative programs, not just us as well here on the shopping channels. There's plenty of inspiration out there. It's never been any bigger. There is, I forget now, our bosses were actually saying that, they were talking in terms of percentages, a massive, massive percentage of the population is creative in some way, shape or form. I'm not stereotyping jewellery making, I'm just saying creative generally. But that tells me that if someone's creative, if someone likes textiles or knitting or crochet, excuse me, then they're going to absolutely love jewellery making as well. Sorry, just a little tickle there. They're going to love jewellery making as well. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It's because, like you say, one craft leads to another. You know, it does sort of like move on. So a lot of card crafters will then move to jewellery making. A lot of jewellery makers will go to card crafting. You know, like you say, knitting and crochet. I'd never crocheted before till I started here, and then we got the cords and I could crochet with it, so I learned how to crochet.
It's infectious, isn't it?
One leads to the other. And
absolutely. £4.95 only. Congratulations. Now, I love it when we start doing exciting competitions and draws.
Oh, is it a draw or is it?
Yes, we have got a Santa's hat has just been positioned before me. Now, those of you that attended a workshop here at Jewellery Maker here in the studios over Christmas, the December month, would have known that you would have been entered into a draw for an amazing prize. Now, Wendy has even given me a special script, so just so I read it correctly and I'm not giving you any incorrect information. Christmas Eve morning, we have got the draw, the chance for you to win a fantastic stay for two at the White Swan Hotel in Henley in Arden. Now, I'm not just saying about a stay, you're getting dinner, bed and breakfast. For those of you that have never been to Henley, it's a beautiful, beautiful little town, just on the outskirts of Stratford as well. So lovely, lovely place, certainly a place that I'd take Tom away to. Very romantic. And the food, by the way, is incredible. They've got, I can't remember what it's called, but they've got the hot slates where you cook your own steak. Incredible food. All you needed to do was book a December workshop and you will automatically be entered into our Christmas raffle prize draw. The winner will be announced, as I say, right now. Okay, I'm really, really excited. So somebody's going to get a fantastic night away. Fantastic night away. Am I doing this? Starby and Larimar coming up after this. Okay. Not looking, not looking. I am going to dig right down to the bottom.
There's lots of names in there.
There is a lot of names. We're always busy on our workshops. Wendy Woo sees to that. Okay, I have one. The winner is... Now I'll hide your customer number. And the winner is... coming from Claire McDonald's class of Angels and Stars. Is that you? Did you attend that workshop? Are you Laura Farmer? If you are, you have just won. You have just won a fantastic stay for two at the White Swan in Henley and Arden. Dinner, bed and breakfast. And I tell you what, you're going to love the food. The food's amazing. Congratulations. Wendy will be in touch, by the way, this week. So you don't need to do anything. Wendy will be in touch with you. We've got your details here. So fabulous, fabulous. And see, it pays to come and see us here at Jewellery Maker.
It does.
Happy Christmas, everyone. Happy Christmas to you all. Now, here's a gemstone I haven't brought you in I don't know how long. One locational. This beautiful gemstone, there's no way of actually predicting how much or how long we have of actually experiencing this gemstone and actually being produced. What's out there is out there, obviously. That's always going to be... viewable, I suppose, not necessarily purchasable. This gemstone coming from the Dominican Republic, the veins in which it forms, almost crevices and tunnels which weaves its way around the specific location of the Dominican, just comes to a very, very abrupt halt. This wonderful gem, though, totally and utterly natural, just epitomizes everything that you imagine the Dominican Republic to be. The Caribbean S blues, just the elegance which is so spellbinding. It's an opaque gemstone. Every bone in my body tells me, and from experience of traveling and from experience of actually selling this gemstone in the past, many jewelers, particularly in that location, will actually sell it a very, very high price tag. We are lucky enough to have some very close associates and connections, and our supply has been good of your Larimar. That said, when I say good, it means that we can get hold of it. Don't know how much, and don't know for how long. Moving on, so let's bring it to, I'm really excited about this. It's your star buy, it's Larimar, all the way from the Dominican Republic, and it's up after this. Okay, now, yes, this is going to be more of a considered purchase. It is a price tag that some people are thinking, okay, I need to think about that. I get it. I would too. If you don't, fantastic. Just get involved as soon as you possibly can. If you love your Larimar, then be on those phone lines. I have to think about purchases. So I'm just sort of saying for anybody else that is in a similar position. Larimar as a gemstone, this is totally and utterly natural. These are the biggest that I have ever ever brought you in an individual gemstone. It forms, and if you imagine previous maybe lava trails within the actual island itself, geodes which might have then over millions upon millions of years then been submerged, and of course this gemstone then forms in that. If you can imagine tiny tunnels which weave its way around that specific location in the Dominican Republic, and discovered by a gentleman called Mendez, this stunning gemstone, the ocean of the sea, is so unpredictable. So when we say that Tanzanite is one location or one generational, the reality is Larimar could well be as well. Why is it not as well known as Tanzanite? Why is Larimar not what we call a mainstream gemstone? Because simply there is not enough supply of it in the world for it to go around to invest in that marketing, I suppose, plan. So it's not worth any big industry or big jeweller actually throwing millions of pounds behind it. These are, again, I'll say it again once more, the biggest Larimar that I have ever seen in individual gemstones. And I'm not just talking about here at Jewellery Maker. I'm not even talking from my previous experience, from the previous experience of what was our sister channels. I'm talking at all in my entire industry. How incredible are the sheer size of these Larimars. Oh, spellbinding, aren't they?
They certainly are.
And totally and utterly natural. I'm going to hold it up to the neckline. I don't think you need all of these in one pendant. I would simply just be using one as a feature Larimar pendant piece and using your precious metals. So gorgeous is the quality. Single-handedly the biggest strand I've ever seen. They go right the way up to 30 by 20 millimeters. If you've never heard of Larimar before, this beautiful gemstone just epitomizes all that is, I suppose, the Caribbean. You can see that crystal clear waters, can't you? You can almost imagine the sort of the white sands and the palm trees in the background. It takes you there, doesn't it, Fleur?
You wouldn't need too many guesses to guess where it had come from.
No.
If you didn't tell anybody what it was called and where it was from, you wouldn't need too many guesses of the location.
I totally agree that. And don't you think certain gemstones do emulate the beauty of their locations?
Yeah,
I think the one which really bucks the trend would be chrome diopside. Chrome diopside, you think, nah, that doesn't look like it's from that kind of frosty, ice cold, hostile, I suppose, in terms of its climate location. This really does have that Caribbean SQ, but again, the sheer size of every single one of these pendants. I mean, I've never seen anything like it previously before. I've brought Larimar many times. I say many times. It's always in a showcase. It did tend to be semi-annually rather than on a monthly basis. Our Larimar collection would come in, sell out, literally, in one show, ordinarily. You might have had ones and twos, maybe, which weren't checked out of the baskets, but would sell out in any one show. I used to suggest to our viewers, don't just pick one design, because I used to always do the same. Show the actual collection. There we go. This is everything that we've commissioned. Amazing pieces. Look at the designs. Choose 3. Choose a minimum of 3, because you will be told that they've sold out. And I still do that now. And I'm doing that with you right now because I know we've got way less than 50 of these available. And I'm absolutely certain that there are going to be more than the quantity that we have wanting to be collected. Excuse me. Already, Suze, Candy, Sandra, Lorna, Isabel, London, hello to you, West Midlands, you're with me, and we've got collectors over in the USA. Busy. Yes, it's more of a considered opportunity. Yes, it is a strand that you're going to have to think of in terms of its price point. Not everybody, but myself, I would have to think of it its price point, but it's no reflection of the true value or worth. Let's bring that price tag in for you. For those of you that are shopping with us on the phone lines, £87.95 buys you 245 carats of Larimar. 245.
One of those pieces is worth a lot more than that. I mean,
I
know in the Dominican Republic it's a captured market because it's their gemstone and it's very, very, very expensive over there.
Well, they capitalise on the tourism, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
But if you were to put that on a par with Tanzanite, you would never get Tanzanite that size. Because before, we've never seen Larimar this size. We've only ever seen it chips and nuggets and the size of, like, Rondelle's.
Yeah.
We've never seen it in big form. This is the first time I've ever seen a big piece of Larimar. And that, for me, with just one of those on a pearl knotted necklace is just, that is just sheer elegance and
Can you
sheer
imagine
beauty.
the amount of attraction it's going to draw as well? Can you imagine
But it's
the attention?
I mean, it's almost like on the same par as like a turquoise, but it's got that different characteristics within there. So you look into it, you get lost looking into these gemstones because there's so many patterns of formations in there. They're just absolutely beautiful, and that colour is, if ever you sell your jewellery, you'll know that if you have this colour on your stall, this is the first one that gets picked up.
I bet that one's grabbing me. Which one's
right in the centre, the one with the dark, that one there.
This one?
Yeah. Because you've got all those colours.
It's kind of maroon in there as well, isn't there?
I just think that
a nice one here.
And that's like a star burst in the middle of it.
Fabulous. It is kind of quite a sleepy, dreamy gemstone. I need to move on. Well done. Stay where you are on those phone lines. I'm not willing to part with that. That's going next to my Tanzanite and my sapphires. Absolutely incredible. Sorry, Kimbo, what was that? Oh, all of these. Got some Eslon. I know how much you love your Eslon threads. And oodles of agate. Oh, more Eslon. Wait. I need to pop that there. Look. Show your Eslon first. Those colours. Gorgeous, aren't they? I mean, if you kumihimoed or macrame'd with those colours, it'd look amazing.
Yeah. That's your bridal, like your bridesmaid colours, that, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah, totally. Dusky pinks, then you've got sort of softer baby pinks, you've got more of a lavender tone and a very intense Zambian amethyst purple there. These are the 0.4mm, so again, going back to, just in case you weren't with me, our Eslon thread, you can thread through most of our gemstones. If it is a little bit too thick, which majority will go through like so, you can actually separate it because there is multiple layers wrapped together, aren't they? Coiled together.
Yes, it's like bonded together, so you can just untwist it a little bit like a rope. So you just roll it between your finger and your thumb at the very end, and it will separate into two pieces.
There we go. And also use with your thread zapper if you want to do the opposite and seal it together. But look at this for a combination of gemstones. Kimbo, you've literally matched the gemstones to the Eslon perfectly. Perfectly. She might be all full up with a lurgy, I tell you what, but she's still on the ball, is our Kim, don't you think? Get well soon, Kimbo. She's ever so quiet today. Are you going to be tucked up in bed this afternoon? I hope so. I hope so. You need to get yourself well for tomorrow. Stunning agate. Beautiful orchid. Oh, it does look like orchid colours.
It does.
It does. I didn't think of orchids initially, but it does think of an look like it. The pinks and the purples next to one another. You have got here magenta banded agate, 12mm rounds, purple banded agate, 12mm rounds, maroon banded agate, which are 14, and another purple banded agate, which is 14. So various different sizes, thousands of carats worth in the gemstones alone. And then the 4 colours of your Eslon, which can be used not just with these gemstones, but can be used with any. They are favoured for pearls, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I've got a pearl knotting workshop in the first week in January, and the first part of that course is learning to knot itself, and we're using this size gemstone with Eslon cords because it's cheaper than the silks. And you can get used to knotting. So if you want to practice your pearl knotting and not use your pearls and this is perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
Does Eslon, it's a bit thicker than your silks as well.
Yeah,
so
thicker, yeah.
Is it less likely to stretch?
It won't stretch, no, because it's a man-made fibre, this one, whereas silk is
a natural fibre
and it will stretch. So no, this one, you don't have to stretch it at all, because like you say, you can melt the end, so you can make a needle from the end or pop a little bit of clean nail varnish. A lot easier. It's a lot easier to handle, and you've got so much of it. Because with your silk, you've only got 2 metres. With this, you've got lots of meters.
You have. You've got 70 metres on each of those colours. So in total, there's tons and thousands of carats of your gemstones as well. I love that orchid colour combination.
Crocheting them all together and then popping some gemstones in, or knitting with it onto the cuffs. You know, the beautiful open cuffs that we've got. You could do that. And I think Nadia did the same sort of design.
Oh yeah, the micro macrame.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eslon's perfect for micro macrame, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Just because it is that little bit finer. Beautiful. Purple is a very popular colour as well. The combination of those 4 tones should be £35.60 for 4 spools, 70 metres on each of those spools, plus thousands. You've got well over 1,000 carats here in your agate. Not £35. Instead, price reduction of £24.95. I mean, this is going to keep you jewellery making for a long time, isn't it? It's going to keep you busy.
One in a macrame bracelet, just do a classic square knot macrame bracelet and 1 gemstone in the middle. You could do, well, I don't know how many gemstones are on there, but you've got enough cord to do every single one of them gemstones.
This one's just grabbed my attention. That's what I love about banded agate. They're all totally different. Okay, now we've only got just over an hour with you guys here before Ali steps into the studio, and we want to bring you as many Christmas deals as possible. There's not enough of you on the phone lines. Let's drop that price tag some more. £19.95. I'd pay that for the Eslon.
I was going to say I'd have paid the first price.
Yeah.
I'd have checked it out at that price.
100%. 100% for over 1,000 carats of your genuine gemstones.
And those colours, like you say, very feminine, make really good. If you're brand new to jewellery making, 12mm rounds are perfect, because all you need to do is do stretchy bracelets just to get your confidence in making jewellery.
Absolutely.
So, and then your confidence in macrame.
Do you know, I think sort of stretchy bracelets are, I talk about them all the time because I really love a stretchy bracelet. But
I wear 2 all the time.
You do, and I don't think it doesn't have to be busy and hard and complex. It can be the most simple. Philip in Staffordshire, a quick what's that? A quick dip of the Eslon in super glue, and you have a needle.
Yeah.
What a good idea.
Just glue the end or thread zapper the end, and it creates, and then you can cut it into a point, and you've got a perfect needle then, so you can thread it through all your gemstones.
Which is frustrating, isn't it, sometimes?
Sometimes it is, because, especially if it's not, it's just that little bit too thick.
Starts to fray.
You have to keep nibbling the next bit off and the next bit off.
Doing that, we all do it. We've all done it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, you gum
that's
it
the
up.
worst thing you can do, apparently.
Is it really?
Apparently.
Does that make it worse?
Apparently, when somebody told me, because I was trying to thread a needle, and I did that, and they said that's the worst thing you can do.
How do you do it then?
Bend it over and put it through, so it's the loop that goes through first.
Ah, top tip. I tell you what, I'm learning lots. I always do with you, though, Fleur.
Every day is a school day.
Every day is a school day. Well done. £19.95 for all of your Eslon and all of your gorgeous banded agate. Moving on, I've got a stunning bundle coming up. I can't remember where I got all those from, so I'll pop them there. I love this bundle, by the way. We've got a piece of jewellery which is made by this, and I think the combination is just perfect. I think it's going to be one of the fastest sellers. Aventurine Trio. It was only actually probably a month, maybe a little bit more, I don't know, or so ago, that I realised that Aventurine can actually come in different colours. I thought it was only in the green.
I didn't know it come in other colours.
No, these are all Aventurine. So your blue and your yellows and your greens. This is made by the lovely Sue, our gorgeous Sue. Look at that for a combination of colour, and she's weaved some of our leather look chain through the centre and created a big chunky monkey statement necklace.
It's very designer, isn't it, that?
Very designer, especially that colour combination. Absolutely love that, Sue. And I'd imagine you've invested all of the gemstones, all of the actual, I want to say nuggets, but I mean they are nuggets, but they're the big nuggets. They're not the smaller ones. If you struggle working with your chips and your nuggets, you won't with these, because they are a lot bigger. So even sometimes I get it. It's hard to hold the actual nugget itself because they're so small. Won't have that issue. And was it you, Fleur, that gave the tip of actually when you do come to restrand nuggets like this, just cut the one end, but don't take them all off.
Take it all off. I think a lot of us have made that mistake where you tip them all out.
I certainly have.
If you just cut one end and then just thread through, just thread one onto the other, and just hold 4 or 5, or however many you can hold in your fingers, and then just thread that through, and then all the holes line up.
See, I've certainly made that mistake, which is quite logical when someone says it now after, and you go, Oh yeah, why didn't I do that? That would have been much, much easier, wouldn't it? Adore Aventurine because it has got that gorgeous glow. You've got 270 carats of your green Aventurine, 290 of your blue and 330 of that wonderful orangey yellow. Let's bring that price tag in for you. I love this bundle. I'm pretty sure that every single one of you will too.
Wow.
And that's why I tried to give you a little bit of a heads up. Kimbo, have we got quantity? Yes, we've got quantity, but we're going to need it. 200 of these available in the vault. Once they're gone, they're absolutely gone. 0800 644 655 is the number to call. Speak to our contact centre. Again, stretchy bracelets, memory wire bracelets. You can really create some statement pieces of jewellery with the simplest process, I suppose.
That's it. And if you're watching for the first time and you're a knitter or a crocheter, you can knit and crochet with these as well.
Absolutely.
Especially with your Eslons, absolutely perfect to start that sort of like medium as well. Have a go with these larger nuggets. And if you're still... Mark does the DVDs, you know, Mark's got
absolutely.
Nuggets DVDs.
It's the only cut of gemstones that we've actually got.
It is.
Yeah, totally agree. Was it you that said that as well, Fleur? I'm quoting you a whole lot today, I tell you what. And I'm just looking at this thinking, okay, that's spring right there. That is everything, the colours of spring.
Yeah, it's just lovely.
The yellows, the greens and the blues. Fabulous. Need to move on. And thank you, Sue, for your beautiful design. Haven't seen this. Seed beads. Seed beads. Oh yeah, we launched these, Kimbo, didn't we? See, memory, because I love them. They're very, very chocolatey. It almost looks like Maltesers, very chocolatey and shiny and have you not seen them?
I've never seen that colour. No.
It's a lovely colour, isn't it?
Gorgeous, aren't they? They match our antique bronze wire, don't they?
Oh, they do. Yeah, perfectly. So, but look how rich.
They're lovely.
They're a gorgeous rich colour, aren't they? 700 you're getting in a tube and they're 3 millimetres in their actual shape. Your seed beads, we launched these literally in December. It was only launched this month. And I don't know how many we've got left. Oh, we've got what? We've still got quantity, but it was a huge quantity order, absolutely. Seed bead designs, again, we've got DVDs with Sarah Elvin. You can use them to make your gemstones go that little bit further. You can use these exclusively as the feature of them. It's that chocolatey colour, which I absolutely love. This with the citrine or with amazing yellow sapphire.
Yeah, beautiful. And all the Eslons as well, your beaded kumihimo. I mean, I've only ever done one piece and it's just so beautiful. It feels so gorgeous when it's all done. It's absolutely fabulous. And the drill hole's brilliant because it's large enough to
you can thread it all through, can't you? And I'd go as far as saying you can probably, or I can't say probably, maybe thread even leather through there.
Probably can. I know you can with the 4mm ones.
There we go.
But I know you can definitely get your 1mm wire through these.
Well, certainly your hemp.
Yeah, definitely your hemp, and all your satin cords.
There we go. Let's bring that price tag in. Should be £13.95, but never mind that, it's Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve, we're all about Christmas Eve deals. £9.95. £9.95 for the quality, the beauty, brand new, well, relatively new. We only launched it a few weeks ago, and 700. If I lift the tube up, you can just see how many are actually across just one layer. It's very difficult. If I was to tip all these out, I probably wouldn't be able to get them all back in the tube.
Back in there. And it's like however many you use, you never seem to go below halfway. You keep thinking, I've used so many in the design, and there's still loads of them left. So
I
they
love
breed
that.
within there.
I love that. Yeah, they breed. Absolutely, they do. These seed beads continue to breed once you've got them. Not really, but you know what I mean. £9.95 only. Hello, Meg, Margaret. Hello to you, Linda. Hello to you, Elaine, Inverclyde, Marilyn, Sharon, June, another Marilyn, Paula, Wendy, Julie, Susan, Jennifer, Candy, Audrey. Loads of you there. Happy Christmas, everybody. Lovely to have your company this morning. I'm joined by the one and the only Fleur, who's going to be with me till the end of the show. Yes! couldn't get any better. We have got more opportunities coming your way, more star buys. We've got a stunning ruby bundle opportunity, which if you are looking for a big substantial quantity and the quality, then don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with more jewellery making deals.